everybody, and welcome back to Encounter Roleplay, the boogie woogiest show there is on Twitch. We're back today for the finale of Atomic Cthulhu, the last ever atomic that will Cthulhu. So let's go around the cast and crew, let's figure out who we are and who we're going to be playing tonight. Greg, how's it going, my friend?
It's going well, we're going to get Atomic one last time as we try to wrap up this bag of cats and see how we can bring it on home. I'm going to try to bring it on home, Will. I'm going to bring it on, everybody.
To America.
Bringing it on home. For America. That's right. Anywho.
There it is.
Yeah, let's do it.
Great stuff. We're still working to get Jules back on the camera, but Mike's not here tonight. We thought it was only right that Mike shouldn't be here for the finale. Really just brings the whole thing down, and he said he was busy anyway. I didn't really believe him, but sure, Mike's busy. He's probably watching right now. Myth, how's it going, my friend?
Yeah, everybody say hi to Mike in chat. Call him out a lurk. It's going great. I'm super hyped to be here. I'm very happy to be playing Elvis one more time, and I guess one last time. So super hyped and ready to do this. Let's do it.
Yeah. And we, of course, have Kiana back with us tonight. Kiana, how's it going?
It is going good. I am excited to be back here for the finale of this series, and actually going to be the last episode I'll be doing on Encounter Roleplay for a while. But I am super excited to be back as Jane, and maybe figuring out some of this bullshit, and maybe stopping the end of the world. I don't know. I'm optimistic usually. We'll see. We have 3 hours to figure this out, right, guys?
Yeah,
right.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Just like any of Greg's narratives, I'm sure. Yeah, we'll just figure it out at some point. Like, it's optional. You know, we'll just fuck around for 2.5 hours and then wrap it up in 30 minutes. That's...
We're gonna do it live. Let's do it live, everybody.
Amazing. As for myself, I'll be reprising my role as Agent Gumball, an agent of the American Inquisition that nobody expected, not even himself. And he's here today to rid the world of communism once and for all. Whether or not that's at all achievable in this game is highly unlikely, but that's what Gumball's here to do today. And that's really the only important thing for Gumball as far as he's concerned. Right. But once she's Jules in a minute. Yeah, exactly. Once Jules gets back in here, we'll introduce her. She'll, of course, be playing her character, Ruben Martin. Yeah, we'll get to it in a second. But, of course, you guys can interact with today's show, and first of which, we're sponsored today by FantasyGrounds.com, our virtual tabletop of choice. All of our roles, tokens, images, and maps, all that good stuff throughout the entire season have been on Fantasy Grounds, so go and check them out, my friends. Demo license is free. First licenses start at just $4. Play hundreds of various different tabletop role-playing games, and have fun with it. And of course, whalengames.co.uk are our go-to destination for tabletop role-playing games, board games, war games, and all sorts of shenanigans. Go over to their website, whalengames.co.uk, and if you're looking to get a new book or a new set of dice, new minis, it's all up to 20% off the retail value with international shipping. So definitely go and check those guys out because they're fantastic and they support the show. Of course, you guys can interact with today's game. If you haven't followed the show yet, hit the follow button and join us. When we hit 20 retweets on this tweet, you guys get to decide something which happens next in our game. Could be a good thing, most likely it's a bad thing. And of course, you guys can donate to affect the game as well by giving players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, and worse. But I will hand over to our keeper of shenanigans, Project 2152 himself, Greg. What happened last week on the show, my friend?
Good, actually.
What happened last week on the show? That is a fantastic question. And what
happened
I will
in the
do,
past
everybody,
4 months of the show?
What's been going on? Greg?
The month was April 2018, and Greg had an idea for a 1950s inspired Cthulhu. And here we are. That idea is still intact, as I'm not sure what we're doing. Okay, so let's go down and we'll do the recap before we jump in. And that way, if I'll recap, and if Jules jumps in, then we can go back and get Jules' intro, and then we'll get into the meat of everything that has happened. But I will give the first little narrative, as I always do. What once was, now is...
Got perfect music for this, like, flashback into Greg's past.
There we go.
Months ago.
There you go.
Greg had a dream.
The arms of an angel. Right. Overlay this with there are many millions of cats running our streets. They need homes. They need to be declawed. They need to be neutered. They need to invade your homes and choke you with their dander. Look at this one. His name, no. Christ. Okay, so the
5 of
recap
them are in this game.
Give us a.
We need to get them out of here. Okay, so as we go back and we start where we began and we end where we finish here on Encounter Roleplay, the 1950s. For many, it was a crossroads, not just for America, but for the world entire. In America, industry was booming, innovation explosive, and the American dream remained very real. If you were white and a man and didn't have one of those pesky accents. But the music was better, the cars were better, technology and those swell new televisions were just, well, swell. But a coin has two sides. Fear pressed from every angle, fear of moral corruption from this Elvis and his rock and roll music, and literature like Catcher in the Rye and that disgusting gentleman's magazine Playboy. Fear of the commies. Those red bastards want what's ours because they fear our freedom and democracy. Fear of the bomb. One day it may come down to who really is the toughest kid on the block. And ladies and gentlemen, chat, trickster gods, I'm here to tell you, that is a scrape that Uncle Sam intends to win. Now, all of those are fears. But of all those fears, it is the unknown that is the deadliest. When the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, something heard. When the bomb dropped on Nagasaki, something crept from the center of the dimensional cosmos. When the Russians detonated their first bomb in 1949, something found our scent. And when Britain detonated a bomb in Australian waters, something found us, coiled around us, and waited. Waited for the walls between here and there to weaken just a bit so it could slip through fully. And so it waited outside this wall, waited for one more bomb to topple the defense. But the bomb is not a patient thing, and neither is this creature, not when there is fun to be had. So this being moved to accelerate the process, so there can be murder, so there can be chaos, so there can be insanity. And so this creature moved on Richland, Washington, Colma, California, and the Isles of Hawaii. But that's where we were, and that's where we are now as we decide exactly how our people then can figure out the end of this tale. And so last time on Atomic Cthulhu, we had the following happen. We met our good friend Lou Stubbs again. Lou was able to help the group work their way around Waikiki. Ultimately, they were taken to the permit office, where several things happened. Lou revealed himself to be a cultist. But what he called it was a group of like-minded friends. He detested the C word. It was then determined by a high-level summit meeting between the president, Elvis Presley, between Lenny Sparks, and between Captain America, Agent Gumbel, that Lou Stubbs should be murdered. And as Lou was turned to face away and stare at the rabbits, there were several shots that went down, but the third one was the ringer. And as Lou's head was separated from, or its integrity was compromised, several things happened. Gumbel flew back and knocked over both the king and Jane, leaving only Lenny Sparks Williams to bear witness to the bug that flew out of the now desiccated head of Lou Stubbs. And it flew towards Lenny, and Lenny swatted and seemingly got it away. They then realized that because of the permit that Elvis so expertly found in the permit office, that the final scene of this movie was scheduled to take place on the big island of Hawaii in the lava fields. But the only way to get there was either by boat or by plane. And luckily, when you're traveling with the king of rock and roll, he has his own private jet, the Memphis Flyer. Now, when they were in the Flyer, there was a moment of introspection. And I can feel and tell you that I like these moments of introspection. We may have a couple more of them in this session to really get into the heads of these players and these characters so we can experience this through their eyes. Now the Memphis Flyer,
And a stall.
when they were all on board, Bamf, when they were all on board, Gumble, as we drew into the mind of the nebulous Gumble, he wanted to do a couple things. He wanted to provide the president, Elvis, with a plan to completely annihilate the Hawaiian Islands via nuclear fire. And after the destruction, he wanted to erect monuments to great Americans, Elvis included. Myth was the one that said this was an Easter Island protocol that would be put into place by Gumble. But in addition to all of that, he was also missing Reuben. And he even drew a stick figure representation of he and Reuben dressed as a man, holding hands in front of a house with a white picket fence and a stick figure Paps the Blue Ribbon Dog running by. Now, Elvis, when he was thinking to himself, he yearned for the days of just performing, when things were simple, when you could just get up on stage, have women and men throw their underwear at you, and then you'd sing and you made millions of dollars, and then, you drank and did whatever you had to do. But he is also not just an entertainer in his thought process, he is also an American, and he has a sense of duty that propelled him ever onward as the Memphis Flyer flew towards the big island of Hawaii. Now, Jane was actually doing something constructive as she furiously researched the notes that they had gathered throughout the course of this adventure. Notes that stemmed from both her findings and the findings of Iris as they went through, and she tried to kind of cross-reference things that had occurred. She figured out the following, that the bugs in the black ichor in Richland were very similar to what had happened with Lou Stubbs just here moments ago in Waikiki. That the TVs and the robotic electrical automatons in Colma, California shared a similar discharge or a similar makeup to Lou Stubbs at the time of his death. And her final realization is that the creature glimpsed in the luau scene in the recovered film of Elvis's movie, and then the statue that was submerged in the lagoon in the surfing scene of his movie seemed to grow in size in both their portrayal and what the ritual's overall power seemed to be. And the realization was this: if there is a final stage to this ritual, you could very well have a creature that was hundreds of feet in size. And if that creature then took to the ocean and headed east, it's very likely its first destination would be San Francisco in the United States.
America.
Which she also, the real America, not just a territory. And thank you, Gumble. And if it would beach in San Francisco, that's eerily coincidental to the fact that that's where an atomic blast came from a week in their future. Now, all that was great, but Lenny Sparks held the very end of this as he was trying to think to himself, but couldn't because he was sharing brain space with the bug that had climbed inside his head. And after this one-sided negotiation, the entity instructed Lenny to shoot out the windows of the Memphis Flyer and open the door and jump out. Now, the only concession the bug was willing to make was allowing Lenny to find something different to wear. Lenny was able to go back into the Memphis Flyer, and he found a prototype of a black leather jumpsuit with a plunging, dick-root revealing neckline and bedazzled grommets depicting a thunderbird on the back. Lenny told everyone that he had in fact found the bug and he needed to kill them all now. And as Lenny shot out the windows of the Memphis Flyer, depressurizing the entire cabin and opening the door and leaping, presumably to his own death, that is where we are going to begin this episode of Atomic Cthulhu. And is Jules still working to get in? Okay,
Working on it.
She is still working. Okay.
No, I'm. You guys can't see me. I can see.
I can
see
you.
Okay.
Like, I can see me.
I see dead people.
No,
Okay,
it's not
so-
working.
Wait. Jules is there. She's just on her. Oh, shit. All right, we'll get Jules in a second.
Okay,
Okay.
why is it being like that?
Don't worry. There are reasons. There are reasons, and none of
There are
them will become
raisins.
clear. And there are also raisins. Don't trust
Yep.
them.
Ew, raisins
All right,
are
Jules.
nasty.
Yeah, agreed. Except for when they're in Gumball's potato salad. All right, we got a Jules. Say hi
No.
to Jules, everyone.
Hi, I'm sorry, y'all. My actual webcam on my PC doesn't work, so I'm coming to you live from my shitty grad school laptop.
Nice.
No.
Cool. Well, we're ready for the apocalypse. So yeah, Greg, do you want to
Did
take it
I
away?
hear right? Are we jumping out of plane? Is there a plane crash?
Yep.
Is that
Pretty
where
sure
we
that was
are?
what Mike did.
The Memphis Flyer, to be exact.
I may be just
Well,
projecting that though.
Right. The good thing here is, Jules, is Ruben is not jumping out of the plane because Ruben has not been with the group since you weren't able to join us
Okay.
for the last session.
I was
further
on a
good
plane
news
during
is-
last session.
Right. The further good news is this, that you are currently in a black attack raft, very like SEAL Team 6, heading towards the big island of Hawaii with Bridget and the other members, those beautiful women that seem to be the anti-cultists. And because you were kind of, during the cove sequence in the lagoon, you were lost to the group, your whereabouts unknown, it turns out that they got away from you, and instead of abandoning the quest, you figured they'd eventually make their way to the big island of Hawaii. And so you joined forces with the other beautiful women who are now dropping in like a Quentin Tarantino movie on this fast attack raft as you head towards Hawaii. If you would like to at this moment, now that we have you back, Ruben, why don't you roll me a spot hidden?
I can pull Fantasy Grounds up and do that for you. Sorry,
Awesome.
I forgot to
take your
do
time.
that in the. And
everybody-
Fantasy Grounds isn't on this laptop, so now I have to adjust. I don't have enough space.
Just make up a
This is
number.
a horrible hot
Just
mess.
make up a number.
Yeah,
That's what I
let's say I passed it, but not a hard success.
That's-
How about that?
That's not a number.
Okay.
That's
Okay, I
just
like
cheating.
it. I like it. I'm feeling the regular
Yeah,
success
well.
as it comes in. Good. Excellent. We're going to take it. And
Okay.
this is what you see.
That's how you play.
That's a
Right,
professional
you-
move right there.
And everybody out there that
Oh.
wants to be a keeper, at this point you just accept it. You just let it go,
Yeah.
and you just take it. And just
Everything on
continue.
this other computer is dying. Fantasy Grounds won't start.
Awesome. So here's what we're gonna do. As you are going through in your fast attack, like lamprey, raft, you notice as you look up that the sun, as it's descending in the sky in late afternoon, it's getting very dark out, and because of this it's too dark, and it takes you a moment to realize, as do all Bridget and the other women that are in the raft with you, all of you kind of turn your eyes heavenward as the eclipse that is beginning is starting to reveal itself, as you can see some type of object in space is getting between Earth and the sun, and this darkness is becoming more profound. If you could guess by the current track of it, and because of course you rolled so well on your spot hidden, you think that there's probably like an hour and a half before like full eclipse. Also, as you're going, Bridget turns and looks up as well, and she says, "It started. We need to hurry."
Well, okay, SEAL Team Fembot, I can't really paddle this thing. You're just gonna have to rev the engine a little bit, and we're gonna get there as fast as we get there.
Okay. And again, as everybody kind of turns their attention away from the skies and to the island in front of you, you all bear witness to a human flying. And you see this human wearing what looks to be the wings of a thunderbird on their back, these metal studs that are reflecting in the dying light. But it's obviously a thunderbird, black clad with a popped collar, and you can't see. It's facing away as it glides in on these thunderbird wings, and the man lands, and you're not sure who it is until you see the ass, and then you know that ass anywhere. It's Lenny.
We spotted
And he is
100 yards.
rocking. He is rocking that dick root dropping jumpsuit. And you see
That's not
him-
really Ruben's style, but sure.
Well, this is from the rear too, so you're basically
Oh,
You're
so
just-
it's like
it's for the room,
plunging.
not
So
for
he's got
Ruben.
some ass crack cleavage, is what you're saying?
no. The front is dropping the dick root. Let's get this. Listen, this is important information that I'm giving you. We have to make sure we get this right. From the front,
Very
it drops like mid shoulder, like straight down into just right like pubis, like Mound's Venus area, like of the
Yeah,
of the
we
dick
don't-
root. Okay.
I'm being punished
make
for
sure we-
something, and I'm not sure what it is.
Yes, you are. And so I want you to make sure you can drink this in. And the entire outfit is
Learning a lot
black
about
and
my body
form-fitting.
today.
Crazy.
And it's covered in like metal grommets, and the dazzled grommets form a thunderbird on the back, and just above like the tailbone there is like a crack accentuating like leather tasseled tail that kind of pops out and
Okay.
swishes as he walks. So it offers, especially in the dying light of an eclipse, it seems kind of made for that. It's kind of a rare thing to build an outfit around an eclipse,
Yeah.
but it's working. And you see the butt going up the sand into the jungle.
Kind of a rare thing
Well-
to build an outfit around an eclipse.
But it's work.
That is work.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, Bridget. I know that butt anywhere. I'm not sure I know that fashion choice. You, Jesus, that is certainly a form of self-expression. But I do believe
That's my
that's
suit.
Lenny.
Yep.
Put that
Yeah,
in.
that's my suit.
Wait,
Yeah,
is Elvis
Mike,
with
He's not
us?
even here, and he's ruining it.
Yeah. No, Elvis isn't with you. Elvis is up in the plane. As you guys are going in,
Okay.
I thought we all did something. Sorry, I thought we did that as a group.
I know. I was like, hey, Elvis with us is great. I can be like
Experience
It's all
Elvis.
right.
together.
I'm metagaming.
Come on, Elvis.
Definitely Elvis is.
Okay, so
Well,
as
I guess
you-
we
He's not
follow
a win.
Lenny once we get ashore.
Yeah, so you notice a couple things. You notice Lenny landing after he is apparently flown from the sky. You notice that in the said sky there is an eclipse, that Lenny is wearing an outfit that is perfectly complemented by the eclipse's light. And it's at that time that you hear a rumbling from above. And that's when we're going to cut our attention up top as we go up to the Memphis Flyer. And we have Jane, we have Gumble, and we have Elvis, who are inside the Memphis Flyer as all of a sudden the cabin depressurizes and everything is getting whipped and sucked around, and the wind is just at the entire plane. Its beautiful golden and paisley gilded body is sundered by this movement, and even Elvis's incredible prowess aboard this craft, it's incapable of keeping it aloft. And so before I turn this over to my fantastic cast, I'm going to tell you what is going on here. In the realization that you all are going to be taking what it looks to be the last flight of the Memphis Flyer, I need the three of you to roll sanity checks.
Mayday. 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 That's a success. I never
It's also
fail.
a success.
Nice. And so with a 5 sanity
Fuck.
loss to Jane as she is looking around, here's how we're going to describe your loss narratively. It's going to give you a temporary insanity, and the temporary insanity is this. All of your research that you had laid out, you were kind of making the dots, you had just made this realization that everything's connected, that everything seems to be building off of one another to some type of ultimate event that's going to happen here in Hawaii. And literally, just as you make this realization, Lenny makes his proclamation that he has found the bug that you all need to die. And as the windows get shot out and the door opens, all of your research flies into the air and starts swirling around. I am going to give you one chance to grab one item. since there's a million things out here, I will tell you this. It can either be an item of research from Richland or an item of research from Colma. But as you kind of see it and everything slow-mos, you reach and you're able to grab one of them. What one do you want to grab?
Cool.
Grab Marty Reiner. Your deepest memories of your lost love, Marty Reiner.
Yeah, totally.
God damn, I love that kid.
Let's
Jane's
go
the only
with
one that doesn't.
let's go with which one?
Okay, so you reach out and a cluster of papers that were the combined knowledge that you had received from Richland, you're able to grab one of them as the rest of it floats away. And in your mind, as you already had, I believe, a temporary insanity that was prompting you that Iris was still alive, and if this was succeeded, or if you completed this research, you could potentially save her. Now your temporary insanity is this: you grabbed the wrong one.
God.
And as you're holding on to Richland, you see all the other papers fly around and get sucked out of the windows. But you still have the paper with Richland that you kind of like shove into your pocket. And everyone else, here's what I need. Immediately from Elvis, I need a drive roll.
Drive, Mr.
Drive
President.
auto or drive anything else?
Yeah, we're just going to do drive auto.
It's probably drive auto. I mean, it's the same thing, right?
Right.
I failed
President, do
surprisingly.
you know how to drive a Black Hawk?
If you know how to drive a car, you know how to drive a jet.
There's just a few more pedals, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you are fighting, and the Memphis Flyer has never fought you like this before, upon this gilded beast, you are literally a god. But now that her integrity has been compromised, so too is your powers among this craft. And the stick and the wheel jump in your hands as the nose of the craft begins to drop. I need Gumble and Jane to make dex checks. As Jane, you have just grabbed your paper and shoved it in your pocket, and the two of you.
I never fail. When I do.
Okay, so as it goes back, your safety harnesses that you both had remembered to clip, they catch as it pitches forward and would have thrown you guys onto the aisle or potentially farther back in the craft. But you are both there, and can take actions or spot hiddens from either of you or both of you. What would you guys like to do in the back?
Wait, was that a success? Because I'm in the flyer?
Yeah, you automatically are okay. No.
All right.
The flyer's magic is gone. She is dying, and in her dying breath, the magic that once held her.
Well, fuck. I mean, like, if the chopper's going down and I can see the president's in danger, I'm gonna grab like a parachute, like one parachute, and dive towards the president to like take him out of the door. Mr. President,
Okay,
no!
So Gumble's going tandem,
me out.
right?
I'm tackling it out like I did last time, but with a parachute. I'm not intending to put the parachute on. I'm just intending to have a parachute. Just so we're clear.
Okay, yeah.
Puts it between us.
I just know that I need to have
Tandem.
one. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, here's what's going to happen mechanically. As soon as the Memphis Flyer is... there is now. Mechanically, here's how this happens. If the Memphis Flyer is unattended and there's no pilot, it's going to crash much faster than it will if there's someone behind the stick. As soon as no one is flying, it's going to accelerate certain things. So Elvis is currently keeping it aloft somewhat. As soon as he's removed Gumble, even Gumble could realize this could end very quickly, as through the front you can see the the ocean rushing ever
Okay,
faster.
Plan B. I say, Mr. President, we have to do something kind of crazy. Okay? We're gonna have to hold on to when it's almost crashing, and at the last moment, you grab onto me, Mr. President, and I jump out of here, and then I'll tuck and roll and land on the ground. And we won't be in pain because we wouldn't have fallen very far. Just like the planes go, and like this is all the planes crashing. The plane's coming down like this. This is the ground. When it gets to this point, we jump. Okay?
I don't think that's gonna work. I don't.
I've done this over 10 times, Mr. President. It's gonna be fine.
I don't think we have. Okay. I don't have another
Somewhere
choice.
between 10 and 0 times, I've done this.
Jane, what would you like to do? While this discussion's going on, I think that we're probably going to need to let them go last.
Yeah,
Probably for the best.
you were saying a spot hidden or an action, right?
Correct.
Oh, don't do that spot hidden. Why not? See what's happening. With a success.
You notice when you notice a couple things. One, that the pack that Gumble grabbed is not a parachute because you've identified that the parachutes are in a little compartment directly in front of you. We're not sure exactly what the backpack is that Gumble grabbed, but you have identified that there are 4 or possibly 5 parachutes in this box labeled parachutes.
Well, the parachutes are optional now that we're going with Plan B, Greg. Okay, so
Yeah.
when we jump out, we
delivered
won't hit the
facts.
parachutes because we'll just be a couple of meters away from the ground when we hit it. At
Yeah,
terminal
a couple
velocity.
dex rolls, it'll be fine.
That's totally how it works.
You're gonna
yeah,
need,
Jane's
like,
gonna
There's
grab
actually people who have survived. There are people who have survived crashes doing that. Just
Jane's
very
grabbing
silly,
a parachute for herself.
Yeah, like
Probably
it is
listening
possible,
to these. What?
right? I did.
Parkour.
Yeah, I'm
Buckle,
listening
hardcore
to these
buckle.
guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna grab a parachute for myself. I'll grab the others and pull it out of whatever fucking container it's in.
Okay. We're going to say that's the end of your round, is you are able to get a parachute on yourself, and then you're able to kind of pull the others out and, like, toss them towards the other 2, or...
Yeah.
Okay. So, Gumble,
Hey,
you notice that several parachute-looking packs are landing around you as Jane is tossing them towards you.
Unnecessary, I already got one.
Give me
Like, yeah, someone
another
in chat
drive
says I'm
roll.
holding an American flag. Like, that's my parachute. Like, yeah, I think it's a
Right,
parachute,
right.
it's just It's
And, like, yeah, you genuinely saw a parachute when you saw the red. You're like, democracy.
if I can get out of here.
You hold up a flag while you say, "These colors don't run," and then you look over and he's holding an American flag. Like,
Okay, another
Can fly
drive
like an
auto
eagle.
roll from Elvis to see if he can hold this thing up
is
a
that
bit.
another drive?
Yeah, please.
The arms of an angel.
Okay, so the rushing ocean is mere moments away. I will allow Jane, let's go ahead and back to you because I figure you're going to do something rational, and then I have to deal with what's going to happen after that. So,
Yeah.
what would you, or surprise me, Kiana? Go ahead and tell me what you're going to do.
Fuck. Well, I'm probably gonna do the rational thing. That's the radical thing in this entire game, is doing the actual normal person response. So, I don't know what's a safe distance. I have no idea, as Kiana. But Jane's gonna try to get out of the freaking plane before it crashes and actually able to use the parachute.
Okay. Okay, so you are able to jump free, and the plane just whooshes past you as you kind of tumble a bit, and you are just a couple hundred feet in the air as the ocean is rushing toward you. You're able to grab the ripcord and pull, and back in the raft, Jules, Ruben would see the parachute open, and you would see at least one person in the plane has gotten out. and we're going to cut back inside the Memphis Flyer as I will ask for one more action for Gumbel or Elvis as they are rushing towards the mighty Pacific.
You know, like, not so much like a bat, more like a low-flying squirrel. You know how they have like those kind of wing packs, the flaps? I would like to. Gumbel's going to fashion one of these
A
out
wingsuit.
of the flag. A wingsuit. He's going to make a wingsuit out of the flag of America because he believes this.
Just tie it around your neck like a kid and a towel.
Correct. Exactly.
Right, correct. And then tuck
That's
the
what I
corners
do.
into your ankles, and then you
Yep.
have a wingsuit,
They go right in there.
like into your socks,
And,
and then you just.
That's what I'm going to be doing, Greg.
Okay. Okay,
Perfect.
I noticed when I'm looking at the overlay that you have no crits. So
I don't need
I'm
them,
going to
Greg.
go to Elvis. Is that? You don't need them.
I don't need him. This is.
I'm going to go to
my innate
Elvis,
ability.
and I am going to let chat decide your fate. If Gumbel, you want to see Gumbel fly like a squirrel with the American flag.
With an American
Flash
flag.
Eagle.
He's going to need some crits. But I'm going to go instead to Elvis. These are lines that I never in my life thought I would say. Man flying like a squirrel. And now over to Elvis. Elvis, what would you like to do in these last moments before the final touchdown of the Memphis Flyer?
Oh, yeah, you know. Right? I don't know. I don't. I guess jump. There's no parachutes.
Yeah, you got Jane has thrown several parachutes up towards you. In fact,
there's
you're kind
several.
of
I thought
like
there was one.
awash
Okay.
in parachutes up there. Yeah. So you've got
Perfect.
about
I get.
3 to 4
Yeah.
parachutes.
I'm outie.
Okay.
And then I immediately pull the ripcord as soon as I leave, which is probably horrible, but I do it because
Okay.
there's not much
Roll a
time.
dex check. Right. Roll a dex check for me.
Forgot how to use this tabletop of choice. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
54?
Right. So with the fail,
I think.
Yep, 54 is a fail.
Okay.
You are going to take 2 damage as you pull it, and it just clips the side of your shoulder as you are pulled out into the by both ripcord and force of the Memphis Flyer, and you kind of spin for a bit, but you're able to orient yourself as the chute finally opens. And by the time it opens, you're probably just a little over 150 feet from the surface of the water. And as you watch your beautiful Memphis Flyer head towards the ocean, we cut back into Gumbel. Gumbel?
It's a great success for Gumbel and Elvis, and another one from Forbrand.
Nice.
For the Gumbel.
I was gonna kill
yeah,
everybody.
I watch as the president of the United States of America, in my eyes, flies out of the window
In my eyes.
with a perfectly timed jump. I'm coming for you, Mr. President. I'm gonna come for you. And I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump out of the helicopter, and with my wingsuit, just propel myself after him. And because I'm so streamlined, I'm gonna come after him. I'm gonna chase after him in the air so that I can guarantee his safety.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
So yes, as you come for Elvis, you are going to. Okay. So the Memphis Flyer meets her fate in the arms of the Pacific. We'll get back to her in a moment as she crashes and sunders the fuselage, splitting apart as the craft is smeared against the water as if it hit concrete. Gumbel, narratively what happens when you jump out and should surely perish, the Memphis Flyer, just before it went down, it releases the final bit of pressurized air that came out of the cabin as elements of the luggage compartment and some of the rear compartments finally give way, and this buffet of air picks you up and reverses your velocity, throwing you and thrusting you higher in the air towards Elvis. Now you are arcing up like a lawn dart, and as you reach the top or the climax of your turn and begin to descend,
Coming for Elvis.
you are coming for Elvis. You are within like leg wrapping, hugging distance of Elvis. So should you desire to, really kind of do the duck and cover with Elvis and, get your star-spangled legs around him, you could probably ride him down into the water.
That is almost word for word what I intended to do, Greg. I am going to, the end of. What I intend to do is I'm going to fly down upon him, and a la Chris at the end of Blade Runner, when she gets Deckard's head in the kind of leg vice kind of deal. That's what I'm going to do, and it's with none of the rest of my body that I'm doing this. It is purely with the power of my thighs that I intend to grab hold of the President of the United States and to lift him / direct him to safety.
I like to think he learned that trick from Ruben.
Okay, so narratively, here's how we're going to do it. As everybody knows, parachutes have basically pull baffles in them that you're able to kind of pull and release certain portions of the silks to kind of get a glide or a movement. As this pressurized air throws Gumble back up towards Elvis, he is able to use his legs to wrap around just as he wishes, but in so doing, his legs actually stir up through the two pull controls in the parachute, and Gumble inadvertently of your shoot, Gumble
great.
with the
Perfect.
clenching of his inner thighs around the neck of Elvis, and as he his pelvis gyrates and he's able to move, he is able to control the bleed and the flow of the parachute. Jane, you're watching all of this from about 75 feet higher, and you can perfectly see that Gumble somehow fucking flew out of the Memphis Flyer. He is now throttling the king of rock and roll in a extremely, we're just going to say, romantic situation, as he has somehow gained control not only of the hearts and minds of the fans of Elvis, whom their idol he has just saved, but he also has control of Elvis's chute. Jane, you're looking down on all of this, and as your gaze goes down and sees Elvis and Gumble, and it proceeds past, you see a rocketing raft heading towards the very island that you were originally heading towards in the Memphis Flyer. Ruben, as you look up, you see a different angle. You see the crash of the plane as it hits a couple hundred yards behind you. You see Gumble fly out of the plane with no parachute, but apparently wearing a flag as a cape now. And as he flies up and wraps his legs around Elvis Presley and then controls his parachute, you see farther up Jane coming down in a parachute. In addition to all of this, as you turn, Bridget grabs your shoulder and kind of moves your head, and you see that there are at least 5 robed cultists who are reacting to the coming out of the jungle or the foliage and reacting to the crash of the Memphis Flyer. You know, or can see that they haven't, because of your earlier fantastic spot hidden roll, you can see that they haven't recognized the chutes yet, but you know it's only going to be moments before these people turn and realize that not only are there descending people from the air, but in all likelihood, it'll draw their gaze to you all rocketing in the raft. You are about 100 feet away, and you do have your weapon. What would you like to do, Ruby Martin?
Bridget, you don't happen to have guns built into those rather large mammary glands of yours, do you?
What are you talking about?
No,
We are
you
serious
didn't bring-
anti-cultists.
Yeah, I know. A girl can dream. You didn't bring weapons, did you? No.
Yeah, they have what looks like machine guns. There's a rifle there. There's even a harpoon gun. And they all seem to be kind of outfitting themselves. They're all currently wearing the like James Bond girl 1950s, 60s, like long sleeved rubber suit that is like
Chafe's really bad. Yeah.
correct.
Man, I do hope you like baby powdered the shit out of the inside of that thing before you put it on, because otherwise, oof, it's gonna be all kinds of nasty later tonight if you survive this. So here's what I'm thinking: we just need to kill these cultists. I'm pretty sure everyone can. I don't know if Elvis can swim actually. I assume Gumble can swim. Jane seems like she's smart enough that she'll have learned that sometime
She's
in her
smart
life.
enough.
Jane don't. She's probably got a manual on it hidden in her pocket somewhere.
Famous last words.
So,
I'm going to outthink drowning.
100%. She
smarter
also
than
may
water.
still be a robot, so she's either gonna hit the water short circuit or she's gonna hit the water and some kind of program is gonna take over. She's gonna swim anyway. We should kill these people, these cultists. That sounds like a really good idea. I have never fired a harpoon gun before, and I imagine it's going to go about as horribly as you probably imagine it. But I'm really good at smacking things with trash can lids. I'm not so good at guns. So, can I borrow that and see if I can harpoon one of these motherfuckers?
Yes. And she hands you the harpoon gun.
Okay, good. What do I need? I guess I just roll shooting, huh? And I don't have any crits or
Yeah.
anything? I don't think I
Nope.
do.
But no crit fails either. So
No crit fails. So this is just a pure roll. Wait. What's it under? Is it under
You're right.
firearms?
Yep.
Could be under. I have fighting brawl, and I don't think I have firearms in my character sheet.
you can
Wait, I do.
roll
It's
your
just not
fighting brawl.
named.
Roll your fighting brawl, and you should have a base like 25 or 30. So it will just say this:
Okay.
anything below a 30 and you hit. Just roll
Okay.
anything. It's a D100.
Nope, that was an 80.
Now, so the long harpoon fires out with a boom as it goes forward, and it zips past between two of the cultists as they kind of look around and then recognize there is a raft, and you see them reaching under their robes and producing. One of them seems to have a shotgun. Several of them have handguns. One of them is carrying some type of machete. Your typical cult, standard issue items. As they all turn and look at you, Jane, we're going to flash back up to you as you see all of this happening as well. I don't believe that Jane has a weapon on her, though, does she?
No, she does not.
Okay, so Jane, I'm going to ask you then, you can either ride the melt and just fly on down. You have control over your parachute, though, whereas Elvis does not. If you would like to land inland, you can begin to move towards that direction. If you would like to land in the water, you can move towards that direction. Or if you'd like to roll a spot hidden, you can just, wherever the wind takes you, and try to figure something out. Totally up to you.
I'm gonna head towards land. Jane doesn't know how to swim, so that's if you can't chat, you can't disprove water to make yourself work that way.
Says who?
So,
We just witnessed flight.
I trust
Yeah, I
trust the audience.
don't know.
To be honest, after what I just did,
Okay, so you're able to kind
busted
of
some myths.
you take control of it, and it takes you just a second to realize, oh, okay, if I do this, I go that way. If I go do this, I do that. And so you're heading inland. I'll give you this freebie for a spot hidden. It looks as at least one of these robed figures on the beach has turned their eyes skyward and sees that there are two parachutes heading their way, and at least one of them has identified you as being the one that seems to be coming into land. And so I will go down now to Elvis and Gumble. You guys have the same question. Do you want to land in the water? Do you want to land on land? Do you want to do something else? I'm sure it's something else. Gumble, you have control of the parachute, though. Elvis, you probably have control of Gumble by being able to tell him what to do. Fight amongst yourselves.
I don't even know about that. I feel like my face is in his junk right now.
Brian. Yeah, it's. I'll like move a little to the left and
Casually
readdress that situation. Yeah, and say, Mr. President, where'd you want to go? There are several LCs we can ETA to ASAP. Oh, sorry. Here you go. Just rifle around down there. There we go.
I can't see. I can't see. So I trust you.
Correct answer.
I was afraid you'd say that.
And I'm gonna look at me. I'm gonna fly into where can I see where Jules' character is right now?
You can roll me a spot. Okay, we're gonna try to keep this as mechanical as possible, Will. So, Gumble can either look around.
Way to say that in the last episode.
I'm bringing it back, Myth. I'm coming full
now
circle.
I'm gonna bookends. Yeah.
So if you want to do an action, you can do an action. If you want to look around and kind of get the lay of the land, you have not noticed Ruben coming in yet. Phrase.
Okay,
you haven't seen Ruben's attack craft going.
Let's see. Spot hidden is a success.
There she is.
Yep.
There's Ruben, stick figure man that you were holding hands with on the plane. She is with several other Bridget, the dead woman that is now alive. You see.
Hold on, can we back up to the stick figure? What the fuck?
Oh, you went around to that.
So to explain this a little bit in character, to keep it mechanical, I rifle around in my diary, which is somewhere in all of that, and get it out, and I flick to the page in which I've drawn myself and Ruben in the house, both men drawn in suits, but stick figures, holding hands, and then I look down, and it's like a first person shooter mini map that I'm looking at, and Ruben starts blinking on it on the diary page, and I look through the map, and Ruben's down there, hoping beacon. Daddy's coming home, and I wingsuit down towards her.
Okay. So, yep. I'm gonna require this. So there is no flight suit skill. So I'm gonna require a crit here
odd.
if you want to. It is. It's an
That seems like
oversight
a
by Chaosium.
game, honestly.
Right.
Make a swim check.
Yeah, so if you go ahead and you're about 50 feet above them now, but with your wingsuit and its augmented capabilities as bestowed to you by the trickster gods of chat, I will allow you to go in there for the low price of a crit.
I will definitely buy that for a crit as I home in on Ruben.
Ruben, as you are standing there, looking around at all of this, you've just taken your harpoon shot. The already eclipsing sun gets a little darker as you turn and look up just in time to see Gumble, the flying Captain America squirrel, coming in at you as he's going way too fast, you think, for an approach vector of this angle. But at the last minute, he pulls out a flag and you hear the as it catches and it's able to pull up, and he comes to a dead stop and he lights beside you with the dainty landing of an angel.
She's gonna smack him in the face. Did I watch you jump out of an airplane without a parachute? Yes or no?
Parachute.
No parachute. That is correct.
Look to my wingsuit. This is better than a
Elvis's
parachute.
face in your crotch is not a parachute.
Not literally,
Not a
but
parachute.
In some ways.
Not a parachute. Elvis can jump out of a plane with a parachute. That man has about 2 IQ points left in that little time, and then rattling around that skull of his. You can jump out of a plane with a parachute too. He's gonna hit him one more time and hand him a gun.
Parachutes are
Pistol
optional in
whip.
my line of business. Now kiss me, you fool.
Sure. Yeah, she'll kiss him. 100%.
Yes,
Like really long and like long enough that everybody's like, "Hello, cultists on the beach
Hubba.
who can't shoot a gun." Enough to make Elvis's hips uncomfortable. Like,
I'm sorry. All right, let's go stop the end of the world from communists.
So with
yeah, that sounds like a
love-
good idea.
Then Stockholm.
with love.
Strikes again.
And, right. You guys are going to make it in here. Here's what I want. I want luck rolls from Elvis. I want luck rolls from Jane. And we're going to get another action from both everybody that's on board the ship as you guys kind of hit the beach. Yes. Luck roll is
I
successful for
forgot
Jane.
how to roll die.
The raft that everybody's on is now coming literally up the beach as it is being forced into a beachhead, and you guys are sliding on the grass. I need an action from Ruby and Gumble as you have 5 cultists in front of you, all armed in some way.
Is there a
I don't remember
cultist
what my
that's
luck
not got
is.
like a gun?
This is my first beaches.
Yeah.
Because for some reason it was
There.
-10.
Oh, I have. Yeah, that's a success anyway. So, the cultists that were looking into the air are drawn away from the parachuting people who don't seem to be attacking them, and are looking more at the fast attack craft that is now beaching onto the shore, and they all turn to attack what is coming straight at them in the raft. We have the Bridget and her 3 compatriots are going to attack as they grab various weapons. I would like to know what Ruby and Gumbo are doing as you are facing off against 5 of them.
Is there any of the ones we're facing off that don't have a gun?
One of them has what looks like a curved sword, almost like it's probably a form of machete, but it's been kind of bastardized into a close combat weapon.
Is there anything that's not a gun that the Fembots brought?
The harpoon gun.
Okay, cool. She's gonna stick with that, and she's gonna use it more like a harpoon and less like a gun.
Right, so you can mechanically get your better attack. Gotcha. So
Right.
you're able to jump out. You kind of grab one of the harpoons that hasn't been loaded into the gun yet, and you're able to wield that. We'll give it a D8 since those things are nasty. What would you like to do, Ruby, with your newly minted Queequeg harpoon as you're coming in?
I feel like she wants to just run up the beach and just go for it and try to stab someone in the neck with it or in the eyeball, one of the two.
As is always the case with my groups, you guys always have initiative first, so you may go right ahead as you run and clear the 10 feet or so between you and the first cultist. Do you want to go after somebody with a firearm or the machete cultist?
I feel like actually firearm, honestly, because the machete guy's going to take a swing at me. And I think if I get close enough to the firearm, I can kind of get around it. She says,
Okay.
knowing nothing about firearms as a human. All right,
I like it.
can I roll?
You sure can. Oh, so as you bring the
Perfect.
harpoon down, the person is able to get away. And what just came in here?
Let's see. That's a
It's a crit to Jane and Ruby. I will, just because that came in and there's a little bit of lag, and that was pretty close there, with Jane and Ruby getting that crit, I am going to allow you to use that crit on the harpoon strike if you would like, because by God, it
Yes,
is the
I'm gonna
finale.
use
Other
that.
doc.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So what I
Yes.
want you to do now is roll me a D8, and we will double the damage as you bring the harpoon strike down and Moby Dick this fella.
All right, in the neck, like
Moby Dick him down.
Moby Dick
Right.
him down. That's right. Is it backslash roll? Is it what roll? What's the?
Backslash
I forgot how
die.
to do. Oh, backslash
Yeah.
die.
Uh-huh.
D8,
Put his
and
Moby
that's a
Dick
Slash
seven.
top of
So that's
choice.
going to be 14 points, right? If we get to double it.
Absolutely. So as we have already established in the narrative, these cultists, with the exception, strangely enough, of Lou Stubbs, are made out of very poorly constructed flesh and degenerative, radioactive, like pitted bone. So as you blast through this cultist,
That's cool.
describe to me how you kill this person with this harpoon.
She's gonna like do one of those really fun, like, you know, from like Amazon on the Beach moves from Wonder Woman, where they just like kind of do the running jump and the harpoon just goes right through the neck, and then she's gonna pull it right back out again for good measure, because you know you've got the little like the hooks,
The barb.
so it just like rips
Barbs.
back through the barb. Yeah,
Mm,
I
Perfect.
think
it's
it's
like a
like, you
Superman
could have
punch with a
survived if it
harpoon.
wasn't like, yeah.
Right. So it's such a vicious attack that when you jump forward and lance with it at the last second, it does in fact pierce completely through the head. You retract your arm, and it's only with the retraction that you realize there's a little bit of a kind of an off-balance weight now to the harpoon, and that's because you've removed the man's head as it popped back out through, and the barbs did not, they caught, and they did not slip back through
back.
the entry wound. So you are now
She's
wielding
gonna stand
a
there
harpoon.
like when you're trying to like shake it. She's gonna be like trying to like
Yeah, it's
shake
not
the head
going
off.
anywhere.
Not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Shake the head off, right? Exactly. You beat me to it, man. Okay. So as you're standing there and you have currently
Always do.
put the, you know, there's been head and shaft all up and down this beach so far. What do we want to do with Gumble as Gumble is coming?
So, Gumball sees the, well, they say 5 cultists in front of him, and as Ruben's doing this, I take the gun.
For now.
For now, yeah, I take the gun, and I'm going to kind of roll into the action a couple of times just to take cover, and I'm going to level the gun. And it's strange because you'd think the gun would make like a crack, kind of like classic pistol shot, but it sounds like pew, 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 just like a droidica when I shoot it. And I'm gonna take several shots of this.
I will ask you this. Okay, go ahead and see. Yeah, hit. Go ahead.
Okay, first one's a hit. Second one's a hit. Oh, that's super a hit. Is this with my Patriot? Do I still have that?
Sure.
Cool.
Just go ahead and roll it. Yeah.
Fucking sure. First one
The
does 10
finale.
damage.
It's the family reunion. Everybody comes back.
Second one does 8 damage. Ignore the third roll.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to ask: is seeing those damage rolls, and the second one was a crit, correct?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, you rolled 14 for the 2. You are able to blast away 2 of these cultists with the first shot and the crit shot. As when Ruby lands, do you want to shoot the ones that are closest to Ruby? Are you shooting the firearm?
Yeah,
people?
anyone that look
Currently,
like they're about to shoot my husband, Ruben.
Okay, so you're able to kind of clear the area. It takes the machete person and one of the firearm people out of the picture. There are 2 firearm people left, but they're a little further up than everyone else. Jane, you touch down on the beach. Give me a dex check to see exactly how well you land.
Super well.
You touch down pull the cords as you land and do that classic like little run when you land in the parachute you see in the movies. We just do like the little stutter step into the beach, and you kind of even like you eject the chute as you detach it from, and it flies off into the Pacific winds. Okay, you have landed. I want you to roll a luck roll for me. Elvis, you are coming down onto the beach as well, as you are being controlled by Gumble, but the current was taking you in. I need a dex roll from you too, please.
Sure. Moby Dex. 11.
Nice. So just like he's on the stage in Reno, Vegas, or Tahoe, he comes in and just slides in, double gunning it, as you two are able to perfectly land on the beach. I need a luck roll from Elvis and a luck roll from Ruby and Gumble, please.
Okay.
28, which is a fail. I could spend 8, though.
No, you're fine.
Oh, finally a success.
Wow.
It was a 5.
Look at these rolls. Jeez, oh Pete.
I succeeded. If that's come through yet.
Okay. What was your score, though?
I rolled a 39 out of 40. So I just shaved by. I can re-roll it if you like.
No.
Oh, wait. My luck is 42. 39 out of 42. I rolled a sanity check.
That's perfect. Percentages are great. Whatever is rolled, we'll be able to go with it. Okay, so the two cultists turn. One of them shoots at Elvis, kind of taken aback by this landing of the King of Rock and Roll, and misses as the bullet just almost cuts the air an inch or two away from the side.
I karate chop
Elvis.
it out of the air.
It splits in two and goes flying off. One of it hits a coconut, one of it hits a monkey. Right. And yeah, just
there's monkeys in Hawaii.
No.
No.
They're just one on set.
They thought they were supposed to be monkeys, so they have them on for the movie. Gumble, another person shoots at
And
you,
then they
but
get released
miss.
into the wild, become an invasion species.
Correct. Way to bring it down, Jules.
Double
It's
shoots
just
the
like
monkey
Cane
from
Toads.
the
Have you seen that video? It is the best fucking video you will ever watch in your entire life.
That sounds like an exaggeration.
No, there is a
That would
mayor.
be true for me.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now. They convinced a mayor in Australia to let them film him singing in the shower a song he made up about king toads. Those people deserve an award.
Wow.
Find it. I swear to God. We had to watch it in my environmental science class in high school.
All right, well, don't bring your oppression onto us. It's fine. Just because you've been scarred by it doesn't mean we have to.
Right. I was introduced to Thai life insurance commercials last night too, which are awful. Nobody looked those up either. They're very sad. They are used to make people cry.
Say Thai life insurance?
Yeah. Listen.
Wow.
Okay, take a break, everybody. Here's an
We got 2 hours. It's fine.
Advertisement, right? Everybody go over, and I would like you right now to follow Laugh Love Lindy. Okay, you follow Laugh Love Lindy, and you send her a message tagging her in the post. It's just in. I want you to say, "Tell me about the Thai life insurance commercials," and she will provide you with all of the links that you need. This is a motivational tool used by Lindy to get her in a very sad mindset. Tell her specifically to give you the one about the sisters. The sisters that lose their parents. One of them has cancer. It just go ahead.
What?
They're awful. They're awful.
Who makes
and
commercials like
frankly,
this?
The ties. So I mean, they're terrible.
Thai life insurance. I'm sorry. If you told me that you had your life insurance from a company called Thai Life Insurance, I would tell you you're caught up in a pyramid scheme.
Right.
Thai life insurance, like TY, THA, like PIE.
Like Beanie Babies. It's the Beanie Baby company.
Beanie Baby life insurance, and we all know how well those fuckers did.
Yeah.
Right. So that's about. Let me see. I don't know. Actually, I have no
Also,
clue why
go
I'm
find
orange
the
right
game codes. I will find you this game
It's a
code.
good interlude.
Yep. Anyway,
Quality
go check that
content
out,
here on
everybody.
the Couch of Roleplay.
All right. There
Look,
we go.
I
Back
feel
to
like
it.
our characters could use some smooth jazz after what they've all been through.
Mm.
Yep.
With
So,
some rock.
as you guys are sitting there, you've been able to evade this last shot that has come in, and we are going to go back up to Ruben. As Ruben, you have your harpoon with the head in it. What would you like to do?
Can she just like? I mean, is like the guy's head like securely on the harpoon?
Yeah, it's pretty on there. It's like a shish
Can
kebab.
she just whack someone with that?
Yeah.
This is like that's a fighting brawl, right? Just like.
Hey, Jules, welcome to Atomic Cthulhu. I'm not going to say no most of the time, so just go right ahead and.
She's just gonna turn around and like beam the closest cultist over the head with like his buddy's head. I hope that is enough to scare the ever. I feel like there should be some just trauma in that for this person, even if I don't do enough damage. Oh,
You hit.
yes, that's a 43. That hits. All right, damage
Yep, so
is.
roll me a D8.
Oh, hold on.
7.
All right, 7.
Yeah, that's-
7 damage.
Yep.
7 face damage.
So what ends up happening here is as you swing it baseball style at this person, they are met with the face coming screaming at them of the gentleman they just had lunch with. And
Wait, they had a nice company brunch before they came out to kill us?
They had tacos, and as it's coming, he can actually smell the tacos on the head's breath. As the last thing that goes through his mind is, before he meets face to face with his taco breathing buddy, is he just whispers, and you hear it. You hear, "Tom," boom, and it smashes into him, and Tom and his friend are no more as they meet one last time in the kiss they never got to have in life.
Oh God!
Uh,
Oh God!
Sorry,
Oh,
you
sure
guys
you
didn't
don't.
do
Time
that.
Life
coming,
insurance.
did you?
Oh, life
Right.
insurance.
You woke up the beast now with the Thai life insurance. So, yep, they loved each other. They never spoke about it.
About to get fucked
But
up.
over tacos, Tom, who was beheaded on your
Taco
harpoon, he
Tom.
made a decision that night he was going to kiss Martin. He was going to kiss Martin during the eclipse, and everyone would know, and their love would finally be made known here among the cult. And of course, you know, Ruben, you killed him, and he didn't get a chance to do that.
Did.
But they did get
But
that
did.
Is he
kiss
gonna like
in death.
do that cute thing where he's like, "Oh, you got something right here," and then he leans in and kisses him? he still
Well,
has
yeah,
some
he was
Kiko.
going to do that. He was gonna do that too, but he had kept one of the tacos because he knows that Martin always gets hungry later, and so he was gonna be like, "Hey, look, remember I know you like those tacos." And when as soon as Martin said, "Oh, I'm so hungry with the eclipse and all," that Tom was gonna go, "Fuck, I got the taco that you like,"
Taco
and then he was
Tom.
gonna lean in, and they were gonna share it, kind of like Lady and the Tramp. That was the move, and it was
Yeah.
stolen from him because you apparently don't like cultists. So.
No.
Nice.
Instead, Ruby turns around and winks at Agent Gumball and smiles, and then goes back to slaughtering people with body parts of their friends.
God damn,
Right,
that
which
man
leads
is
us as
beautiful.
a great segue over to Gumball. There is one cultist left, and this cultist does
that's
have
segue.
a shotgun. So, Gumball, what would you like to do?
It's like it's super unnecessary what he does. You see the monkey, right, Greg? There's a monkey here. It's been established in the canon.
Well, that
Yes.
monkey was shot.
It's been
Remember
shot,
Elvis
though.
split the
Yeah.
bullet.
Oh, the monkey has been
He
shot.
split the.
It's a dead
Yeah,
monkey.
it's not dead. It's not dead. It's bleeding out, but nobody knows where it landed. And as it's sitting there gasping, thinking about the monkey that is waiting for it to come back with the food, he it's a terrible lonely
Tacos.
death.
To Tom, his best friend.
He found a
Tucker Tom.
taco that had been left. Right?
Fuck, man,
So,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
rough.
that monkey's
Okay,
not gonna make it.
I see the monkey in pain, in its dying gasps, and Gumball's gonna roll towards it and just say, "There's one last thing you can do for America, son." And I'm gonna pick up this monkey in my hands. "Good night, sweet prince." And I'm gonna lob it at the guy. And the idea is that the monkey will go in small enough to fit inside the barrel of the shotgun, so that when the shot comes out, just like in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, the gun explodes and he's sent flying backwards. And I'm gonna use an
Okay,
20 to make that a reality.
You're gonna use a monkey to banana peel.
Correct.
There's just so much
I'm
meta.
sorry. But this is how we get shut down by PETA.
On so many levels.
We're
it's
not really
unnecessary.
hurting monkeys, Jules. There's
Yeah,
no monkey.
but have you met PETA? They don't care.
You met you.
Okay, well, this is going out to
Hello,
PETA,
I'm PETA.
the representative that is currently deciding to do something. I love monkeys. This is a story, and there is no real monkey that is going into the shotgun barrel. So
We need another
as the
interlude to
time-
explain this.
Right. Give me my interlude music right now. As the monkey is flying through the air, his dying breath, as he's already been hit by a split bullet from Elvis. Sentence is never coming. Okay, he comes flying forward, and he isn't small enough to fit into the barrel of the shotgun. It's a double-barreled shotgun, but strangely enough, he is able to kind of sense. Maybe he senses the democracy, this freedom that is Gumball is exuding out of his very pores. And as he flies, he knows what needs to be done with his little frail monkey body. And he puts his left arm, his left leg in one barrel, and his right arm and his right leg in the other barrel, and slides to a stop
Barrel of monkeys.
into the it's a barrel of monkeys. God damn you, man! And so,
I know what I've
worked
done.
all that way for the
I don't know what labels anymore.
I always do that. I'm so sorry.
So, yes. So as the barrel of monkeys goes up into the barrels, the cultist can't believe what's going on. And the cultist, who was a friend of Tom and Martin, and he knew that their secret, and he was going to help them. He was going to be the, hey guys, let's listen to him whenever they kind of profess their love. He can't bring himself to kill this monkey, but the monkey, who knows what needs to be done, sends his tail, his tensile tail out, and pulls the trigger himself. And so there we get out of trouble with PETA, as this monkey wants to die, and it blows up the shotgun in his hand. And as Mark, who was the friend of Tom and Martin, is looking down at the bloody stumps that are his arms, he passes away on the beach. And Boo
Greg,
Asians.
I think you'd be happy to learn that at this point we have a viewer decision.
Great. Okay, viewer decision.
Yeah, I don't fucking know anymore, guys. You just take the reins at this point, please.
Okay.
I've been in that boat for 3 episodes now.
It all started when I sent Myth a DM. Hey, you want to be Elvis? And that was just the shit spiral. That just
Yeah, but you,
This shit.
like you would have ever said no to that offer.
Correct.
right. Okay, so let's see. The viewer
I thought it was out of
decision.
curiosity, not about the game. Just
Right.
yes, I do want to be Elvis.
Yeah.
The viewer decision is this. Okay. I want you to pick between Tom, who was the cultist that was going to kiss Mark or Martin. We can bring one of them back to life. Tom, Martin, or Mark, who was killed by the monkey. Tom and
What about
Martin
the
loved
monkey?
one another. Or the monkey. A monkey can come back to life. And so that's your choice. We want to bring cultist Tom, who loved cultist Martin, We want to bring back cultist Martin, who loved cultist Tom. We want to bring back good guy cultist Mark, who he has kept the secret of Martin and Tom all these years and was going to help them in, kind of making sure everything was cool with the cult. Or we want to bring back the monkey to raise hell.
Monkey.
You bring
Go
back
ahead.
Tom, you get nothing but head.
That's right.
That's yeah.
I was gonna say
And
we've been back.
Or bring back
And
the
I
monkey.
am right.
Or the
I
monkey.
am spent. You guys are all together on the shore, and as you kind of congregate on this beach, as one, you look up and you see a 100-foot tall column of fire about a quarter of a mile inland erupt into the darkening sky.
Well, shit.
Well, we're fucked.
Yeah, though, here's the thing. We won't get lost in the jungle.
Remind me just one more time, Greg, of the options. I've got Mark, the monkey.
Tom, Martin, Mark, and the monkey.
Yeah,
Mark and the monkey. All right, yeah, obviously. That's
Tom and Martin
all
loved
right,
everyone.
I put it back, the polling system back onto the screen, so you guys should be able to click to vote. We'll see if that works. Maybe try a refresh if it doesn't. But click on the screen to vote. Should work on mobile now as well. All right.
Done.
Hey, look at that, fancy. So you guys see a 100-foot tall column of fire erupt. It doesn't take much for you guys to realize that as Bridget and everybody come forward, they're mopping up some cultists that were coming out of the jungle. Bridget points towards it, and they yell out that that's the lava fields.
Oh. Well, this is going to be terrible. But I suppose that's where we're going.
Well, that's where the final scene's supposed to be. That's assumably considering the panic, it would be the final place that they would be doing the ritual. So we should probably go there.
I'm so glad you're paying
Yeah.
attention. Yeah, let's go there. Let's do it.
No. Yeah, Jane actually is the only one who ever really pays attention. That's why
Yep.
we need her.
That is true.
Without her.
I'd like to interject
I
real quick and tell the trickster gods of chat one thing. I know that the monkey is a popular one, but just please remember, as Myth said, Tom is just a head on a harpoon, as you were.
I would like to also remind the chat, if I lose my head on my harpoon, what am I going to hit people with?
Everybody's gonna immediately change their vote now. Oh shit, he's right. That's hilarious.
I
We
have
shall
followed.
Greg
No.
just wants a reason to mouth off to me. That's what it is. I suppose
do
we
that
head
via
into the
monkey.
jungle.
I could do that via monk.
I would like to see that, actually.
We
gotta get to the home. We gotta get to
It's
the
only
base
a matter
to
of time.
destroy the communists. Come on.
Yes, let's stop the ritual and the cultists, and
And then finish the scene. We got the last scene of the movie.
yeah, we got the last scene in the movie. Yes,
That's
yes,
true.
Elvis. The cameras are rolling, and film is expensive.
I know. That's
Shall
what I'm
we?
saying.
Shall we went?
We shall. Go.
Jane's fucking going, guys.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
still
Ruby's-
conversating.
Ruby's like,
Nice.
Ruby's got her harpoon head baseball bat thing on her shoulder, and she's just gonna follow Jane.
Just in
Okay.
case. I'm gonna bring the corpse of the monkey, just in case.
Yeah, the corpse of the monkey, it disappeared. As soon as the shotgun blast hit it, it just disappeared. We don't know. We may never see it again. Who knows?
Looks like
I think
You decide.
Ruby's also
Might
gonna
be
get
it.
the machete with her. She's gonna take the machete off one of the dead cultists. 2 weapons is better than 1. A weapon that can't potentially talk back is also good.
Sure, if you say so. Okay, so as you guys kind of split and go through the foliage and the jungle outside the lava fields, as soon as you kind of press through closer to this 100-foot tall column of fire, when you get up there, you see the following. And if you turn your heads to Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice, I shall share you the map that you can see there. As you get further up, you realize that there are not only... Look at me. I have... there are lava fields. There is the actual set for the final wedding scene. And there is a tiki statue that is currently burning and causing the 100-foot column of fire up above. Now, it seems that several of the extras that were around the surfing scene have either been recruited or kidnapped. By the bruising and the fact that they're tied up, it looks like they've been kidnapped. And they are still representing what looks like a sacrificial element to this ritual. There are no cameras, nothing is being filmed, as the actual film crew has not gotten to this part. But you see that there is actual lava flowing from what was believed to be a dormant volcano. And as the eclipse creeps across the sun and begins to darken the entire area, the flames around the tiki statue grow ever higher, 150, 200 feet. And as you are all standing there, the cultists themselves drop to their knees and begin to rock and move and chant, just as you heard in the luau scene that you saw filmed in the can, and just as the surfing scene happened with the outrider boats whenever they were chanting, and the cultists joined in. And it seems that you are mere moments away. And if you would, everybody, drag your little icons somewhere in, and I will put a somewhere in the collapsing cliffs area right here, if you wouldn't mind. That's where you guys all rush up.
Not working.
Yeah.
It's not letting you guys pull them over?
No.
You might have to do it for us, Greg. We had some problem in the last game as well. I'm not sure why it does it.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, guys. We do have coordinate markers on here. If you look at the actual, just for this very instance, I made sure that we had. If you pan up to the full extent, you'll see that the top to bottom columns are numbered 1 through 10, and that the right to left are alphabetized A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So we are going to start everyone on the right by the. We'll put them in the where I drew the arrow there in the collapsing cliffs. You guys are in that box, which is like 9. Playing Battleship, it's 9F, I guess. I'd like to make that easier, but they're not letting us pull things over. So we'll
Wait.
Unless I can get.
I don't have any numbers on mine.
Me neither.
If you guys go over to the little wheel on the bottom right-hand corner, and you can move it to the right or up and down, you will reveal the numbers and the letters at the left side and the top. There they are.
There's no numbers.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, Greg. Looks like they're like.
Oh, great.
Well,
a
either
little
way,
bit
there's a arrow pointing to collapsing
Yeah, I
cliffs.
know where we are. I just am not going to be able
Okay, that's
to
where-
battleship this shit.
That's all good.
Okay, that's where you guys are, and then we'll just go ahead and roll through this one as you guys kind of creep into the area. All the cultists seem to be mesmerized by the ritual that is being performed. So discuss among yourselves, kids. What would you like to do? The extras are there, bound. They appear to be sacrifices. Bailey, the co-star of Elvis, is also up there. She has a place of honor among the extras, as it looks like she will be the first one to die.
Perfect. Awesome. Good stuff.
Is there like a spot hidden we could do that would give us an idea of maybe like if there's any if there's a piece to this ritual that if it gets removed it'll fail?
I know some things that Bailey or Elvis would be needed. That was mentioned. One of them will do.
Right.
The tiki statue is the thing that has been the focus. So that's also a choice. So those are the two that I would think, just from remembering what we've been doing, what's been told to us, that I would go for. But we can also do a roll if there's something else.
Nope, that's exactly right. That the main sacrifice involves the entertainer, which could be Elvis or his co-star, and also that the tiki statue seems to be a focal point, at least for this occult ritual, that in removal of this artifact or item might definitely disrupt something. Again, it is currently encased in a column of fire that is now about 200 feet in the air.
Well, I don't think we're going to be removing that statue anytime soon.
Only we had a monkey.
How far away is this whole ritual going down? How far away is it from us?
Yeah, from where you guys are right now, consider every square to be about 20 feet. So
Okay.
you're about 60 feet away from the center of it, 80 feet away from the center of it.
Can we get her out somehow?
I don't know. It looks like they're
Or
trying to
they-
kill her.
No, don't.
Well, yeah,
If we they need her death to do the thing. So if we can get her out and make sure that Elvis doesn't accidentally go in and get, involved in this thing, then maybe we can at least disrupt that part. And then
Okay.
if we have enough time, we can. Yeah.
Question. What if they have to kill her in a certain way or it doesn't work?
I got a
wouldn't-
feeling that it's...
I wouldn't test it. This is not the right time for testing
I'm
for these things.
thinking
We
about
might as well just
testing it.
prevent it.
Thinking this
You
might
know,
be
I-
every time I get to test that theory.
I don't think we should test that theory. I really don't think I think we should try to get this poor woman out alive. That would be preferable.
All right, let's kill everyone else except for her.
I mean,
Kill the
we could
cultists.
create a... Yeah, we should kill the cultists, not the poor people being held hostage. They are not communists. They are just, unfortunately, in this situation.
Well,
We could
Sorry
create a
about that,
diversion.
good idea. I love diversions.
You are, yeah,
Maybe
you are
that's
good
our
at being
plans.
very loud.
It can be a diversion. Go in there and distract them by killing them. And you guys kill them some more. They won't see it coming. They'll be so focused on me killing them. We should do this
Would
one
be-
back
it
in
would
the
dis-
FBI.
It could disrupt the ritual long enough for one of
No
us
time
to
to
get
waste.
her out.
And I start rolling out.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay, we've made a decision.
Go bots. Roll out.
Elvis, you paying attention, sweetie?
Nope. What?
No, didn't think so. So here's the thing, honey. If you die, then
Yep.
all hell's gonna break loose. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to die. No, you got a long career of, peanut butter banana sandwiches and shitting yourself to death on the toilet.
Loaves
ahead
of
of
bread.
you.
Yep.
So
Wait, what was that last part?
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. And karate.
So, yes, sure. Could you perhaps work on staying out of harm's way? Self-preservation, really. Don't go running in. Don't follow Agent Gumble into the idiocy that's about to let loose.
All right. Little less conversation, honey.
Great, Jane. Yes, you want to help me try to get this lady not
it
dead?
seems like it's-
Well,
Well, it seems like that seems to be the only logical choice at this point. So we should probably do that.
yeah, let's do that before Gumble starts shooting everybody and forgets who he's supposed to save. All right, diversion time.
As I'm running towards them.
Thus, the diversion goes off.
Okay, so
I
Gumble
guess-
is the diversion.
Yes, and Jane and I need to sneak. Oh, I do not have good stealth.
Okay, just as the Gumble diversion is beginning to take effect, the eclipse completes as the sun goes dark and everything around you falls into a hazy gray. It's not really pure pitch black as it would be, as there's still some sunlight that's creeping around this orbital body. But Gumble, as you get closer, roll a spot hidden for me.
Okay, let's see what Agent Gumbo can see. That is a fail.
Okay, so you roll into all of this and you get right in the middle of these cultists and they don't seem to be reacting to you. Now, several of the extras kind of see you and they're kind of bound and gagged, and they turn and look, and eyes wide as they believe that there is somebody that doesn't belong among the cultists there, and potentially Gumble's there to save them. Gumble, you can walk through here like the Reaper if you'd like, but they don't seem to be noticing you. There is, however, a robed figure closer to the column that appears to be dancing around the outside of the column, chanting and gesticulating, where the rest of these cultists are merely kneeling and weaving.
I'm gonna kill every single person on my way towards this woman because distraction.
Okay, so you walk through just randomly, just placing the barrel of your gun against the back of these cultists' head, just boom, dropping, boom, dropping, boom, dropping, as they just brain matter splatters everywhere as you walk literally like the Reaper, the Grim Gumble, through these people, and as they drop and fall, nobody reacts. None of the other cultists even turn to look as their brethren are being murdered around them. I mean, it was Taco Day. A lot of people had it was nice. But
It was going to get explosive.
It was going to be bad either way. This is just really kind of to the quick of it. Gumble, when you do get closer, though, the robed figure that is at the top turns and looks at you, and the robe drops away, and you see before you, resplendent in a black jumpsuit with a V that drops to dick root level, grommets and everything, completely bedazzled, is Lenny Sparks Williams, as he turns to you and speaks. But when he speaks, you do not hear the voice of your friend Lenny. You hear the voice of Lou Stubbs. Hey, Gumble, what's going on?
What the fuck? Lou, is that you?
Yeah. How you like it? He kind of turns around and shows his ass off a bit.
But I killed you, Lou.
You did.
Hey,
What are you doing here?
why are you alive?
Oh, I'm actually the bug, but
What?
Did you see the bug that flew out of the guy you shot's head? That's me.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
What do you want
Why
to
do
do
I
here?
care
Do we
about
want
bugs?
to You really don't have to. I mean, it's not like a prereq for what we're doing here, but are you going to try to stop us,
Okay.
or?
That's why I'm here, Lou. I have to be honest with you, mate. Killed you,
Okay.
for pretty sure the idea is that I kill you again.
I got a counter proposal to you killing me.
Okay,
I can make it so you and Ruben can have that white picket fence and that house that you were drawing the picture of.
Hmm.
You don't have to worry. We get you back to America, lickety split.
Lou,
Yeah.
to be honest, I'm not sure anything that's been going on these past few months. But I'm pretty sure that if I don't kill you again, America gets bombed. Am I right? Or am I right?
Well, that's a tricky way. I'm not really sure how to answer that one. What do you consider America?
The world. The universe. Known space.
Well, then yes and no. I can give you your own America. Does that interest you?
It-
Like,
What does that even mean?
I'll give you a little spot, white picket fence, red, white, and blue everywhere. By the way, Jane and Ruby, you guys see this conversation going on, as you can definitely make out that this is at least the body of Lenny Sparks Williams that Gumble is engaged with. And you also saw Gumble's like Sherman-esque path of destruction to get up to the stage. Yeah, I can give you like what do you want, like West Virginia? That's super America.
Wanna give me West Virginia?
Yeah.
Listen, Lou, if there's one thing I know about America, is that land isn't given. We take it by brutal force. So,
That's really fair.
I'm gonna have to kill you and the rest of all of your people, and then I'm gonna get your land, okay? Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
really-
Ruby has rubbed off on him.
Yeah, you've stumped.
Not the way she wanted to.
Not in a positive way.
Go ahead and roll an attack roll for me as you are firing on Lenny Sparks Williams.
I'm gonna use a natural 20 to shoot him, I think.
Okay, then roll me double, at least 1d10 and double it.
Wait. It's my Patriot, so... Oh man, double that is just... Wait, how did that do plus 12?
Well, 14
That's
sounds
one
right.
question.
2d10. Yeah, I'll take
Alright,
14.
14 maybe it is right. Yeah, maybe math there is correct. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so you shoot and Lenny goes flying back and he actually disappears into the column of fire. You see for a moment like the outlined ass cheeks and the spinning, grommeted Thunderbird as he spins into the fire and kind of exits from the other side, but between the two of you. At this point, everybody else, the shaking continues and you see a shape much larger than Lenny Sparks Williams or whomever is wearing the leather Dick Root jumpsuit. This shape is 200 to 300 feet tall, and its shadow begins to move inside the flame. What would everyone else like to do at this moment?
I feel like Jane and I had some time while he was doing this. Like we were sneaking around,
Right.
sneak
Yeah,
around
we'll
and
give you
maybe
time.
try to untie this. Is this woman tied up? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna.
As it was stated-
Ruby would like to untie her hands and like free her, and be like. Shh.
Well, Ruby, you still have the harpoon with Tom's head on it. So if you want to use that to start like sawing through these people, we'll say in that little exchange between Gumble and Lenny, you're probably able to free the majority, with you and Jane working together, the majority of like the 10 extras that were there and melee. Because none of the
Okay.
cultists are reacting to it.
Okay.
And that has freeing her changed anything?
No, as soon as you kind of pull it down, she's like, "Oh my God, what is happening?"
Shut, lady. Shh. Look, you're gonna go over
I'm
there,
hysterical.
and yes, I understand. It's all very strange, but listen to me and breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Go find Elvis, and he's gonna lead you away from here. Just get away from here, and don't let anybody kill you, please. That would really put a wrench in all of our plans.
Okay, it is at that moment that I would like everyone to roll
She
dex
dies.
checks for me, please. Yes, it's at that moment that Ruby explodes.
Fuck.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay,
Amazing.
Oh, no.
who failed? And Gumble fails, Elvis fails, Jane fails. So Jane, Elvis, and Gumble, you all feel the ground rock beneath your feet, and you are thrown to the hard, kind of porous ground of the lava fields. And as you get thrown there, go and as you get thrown there, I will draw another arrow. I'll use the identifiers of the bubbles. The box on the right-hand side of the steam bubble at the bottom of the picture, I can. This one right here.
Yes. The river?
Oh, yeah.
That one right there. Erupts in a geyser of lava that explodes into the air and kind of fans out in that area, destroying anything that is standing there. That is pretty close to where Elvis is. And Elvis, as that goes up and you turn and kind of look at it, you see that there was kind of an errant cultist that was standing there weaving, evaporated in this superheated magma that shoots from the surface. And as the ground begins to quake, and as this creature inside of the now 300-foot tall column of fire begins to move inside this shadowy form, each time it steps and rolls, another shake goes through here. We're going to go to Ruby, who's the only one that succeeded on her check and is able to stand pat and stand tall. What would you like to do, Ruby, as you see Jane go down, Gumble go down? You're not sure about Elvis, but Elvis did hit the dirt. You realize something is very wrong here.
Shit. And Lenny's gone, right? We like sort of pushed him out.
You saw Gumble shoot him, and Lenny went into the fire, and for a moment his kind of silhouette was visible inside the orange flame as it looked like he kind of passed through and went out the back.
I mean, I have no clue. Like, I feel like we did all the things we thought would stop the ritual, and that did not work.
Well, the tiki is still there, is it?
The tiki's still there, yeah.
Still there.
But the tiki's in the fire, right?
Yep.
Correct. It's at the very edge of the fire.
Is it on fire?
It seems to be inside, but you can make out its features. Nothing's
Probably.
blackening on it. Yeah.
Okay. How long is my
I'd
harpoon?
let you know it's not a spot hidden. Your
Okay.
How
long is-
harpoon is about 3.5, 4 feet long.
Could she harpoon it and like try to wedge it in the wood and like pull it away from the fire, pull it away from whatever would be giving power to?
Right, and yes, Professor Dan, this is the worst taco day ever. As if you would like to give that a shot, you have nobody in your direction that would impede you. You can help Jane up.
Them all.
Yeah.
Could
Everybody
I
else,
help
the Gumble
Jane
didn't
up and
kill
ask
doesn't
her to
kill.
help me do this? Would I have time to be like, Jane, I need you to help me skewer this tiki and pull it from the Barbie?
Yep.
Yeah,
Is that
Jane,
enough time?
they're on the ground. But
Alright.
Yeah.
Jane, Ruby's gonna pull Jane up and be like, I need you to help me. We're gonna wedge this in there and then we're gonna try to pull it out.
Robo Jane could just walk through the fire and push
Well-
it.
Yeah, Robo Jane.
Funny enough, if I'm allowed to help Greg, I'm gonna use that crit. I'm gonna fucking move that
Okay.
tiki statue thing. Use that
well,
crit.
you guys can move towards the tiki statue, so you're not
Okay.
quite there yet. So we're gonna place you right in front of like the box where the X and the Y bubbles are pointing. That's the box that you guys are in right now.
Okay.
Elvis and Gumble, what would you guys like to do?
I don't
Gumble,
know.
you're, like,
I'm
right in
just
front of
supposed to
the fire,
stay.
too.
I'm just supposed to stay safe.
I'm killing Lou.
Correcto?
Make an idea
did.
roll for me, Elvis, and see if you can remember
Oh, sweet.
something.
These things are the best. Just don't. Is idea a skill?
I'm sorry, intelligence. It's an intelligence check.
Oh, so it is. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna crit that. Forget that I rolled because I keep forgetting I have crits. I'm gonna crit that one.
Okay. So with this crit, and with the information that you've received, Elvis, and as you've been around these very strange people that are agents of the United States, you've put together the following: that if the script that you were given is actually a ritual, and you were given these different scenes and these different rewrites that kind of came through from Smith, who was the screenwriter. One of them that you remember originally seeing was that you were supposed to sing to your beloved in this scene. And in the singing during the wedding scene, that was supposed to eradicate any evil spirits that were in the area, that it would consummate the relationship and the marriage here on the Isles of Hawaii, and give long life and a peaceful existence to the married couple. And so as you're standing there with the lava dripping around you, a young Elvis, one definitely not into the peanut butter and banana sandwiches yet, one definitely not destined to die an opioid death while trying to force a turd out on the crapper and having a massive whatever he had that toppled him off of his kingly throne. You feel that, just as you thought in the Memphis Flyer, maybe this is why you're here. It's to sing the evil spirits away.
Okay, so do I see what's her name? Melee? Melee? Do I see her?
Yeah, you can see everything, but you're from a distance, so you probably have to get a little bit closer if you want everybody to push yourself off the...
I'm gonna start to like strut towards where the tiki torch is, and if I see my co-star along the way, I'm just gonna grab her hand and just drag her there.
Yeah, Maylee's running past you, and you're able to grab her as she and the extras are leaving. And I'd like to ask at this moment, Will, could I have we need to calm the house. We need to bring down the music. As Elvis Presley is the king of the United States, is advancing towards the creature.
The king of the United States. Yep. So yeah, he walks towards hand in hand, kind of turns around, and she's probably like freaking out, and then that's when he just almost as if they're the cultists actually that are swinging in the background and doing their ritual, they're actually also humming, and you see within their culty garb they pull out instruments and start accompanying this scene as Elvis starts. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling.
Sings, the fire begins to recede a bit, and Jane and Ruby, you have your moment if you want to try to hit this tiki.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys stick it in. Okay, James going
So
with the crit.
beautiful.
Ruby, I need you to roll it.
Oh, I gotta roll 2. What am I rolling?
I can't help
Strength? Oh no.
falling in love with you.
That was a success by 1 light point.
So I can't help falling in love with you.
So fantastic, brother. Fantastic.
It was the
so
singing.
As the, yep.
That's the
So
only
as
reason
the
we
singing
succeeded.
Right.
Yep.
As the singing comes through and as it kind of supersedes the chanting that is going on with the ritual, it interrupts. It does what was intended as the song at this moment that DeSmith wrote about is actually what was needed to disperse the evil spirits. The heat of the fire drew back in just enough that you're able to spear the tiki and you pull it out of the fire. And as you pull it out of the fire, you see the creature behind begins to kind of shimmer, and the 300-foot tall flame stays there, but it shimmers. It is no longer growing any taller, though, as instead of climbing from 1 to 2 to 300 feet, it seems to have stopped at 300. And as soon as you pull out the tiki from the flame, all of the cultists' heads snap up, and their eyes focus as they realize that you have indeed disrupted the most sacred of their ceremonies. And I would like everybody, Elvis included, to roll another dex check, please.
Crit.
Crit.
So I have it. Crit.
I think that was
I always forget.
either a success or a very bad failure.
That was a success.
showing up there.
What I'm looking at.
Okay, good.
Yep, I see it. 26.
26.
Okay, and so farther up the mountain, you see another geyser of lava spray out into the area, and you realize this entire place is starting to crack. The column of fire is still there. The high priest, presumably Lenny, is still alive, but you have taken away the sacrificial people. Melee and the extras seem to have disappeared, and the tiki has been removed from the fire. However, you have at least a dozen cultists between you escape or further incursion into the island. Boo agents, for the last time I will ask you, what will you do?
These beautiful words just reach Gumball's ears, and he's possibly never heard anything quite so American in his entire life. And he replaces all of the words in his head with those of the American national anthem, but nonetheless, the melody is the same. As he hears his president, his captain.
Oh, say can you see I...
Exactly. My president, my king, my captain. And I'm gonna... From somewhere, I produce the
Presley, my
horn of
Presley.
Gondor. And I then roll like a droideka, as from out of my pockets I draw 2 lightsabers. No, I draw both of my
General
pistols.
Kenobi.
And General, hello there. And with my wingsuit still onto me, I would like to jump fly towards Lou whilst in midair.
Yeah, it
Okay,
got
so
it got
you're going-
out of...
Mechanically, I think it's pretty clear what
It's going to cost a crit.
It got out of hand when you said lightsaber, but everything else makes sense.
Everything else was pretty much on par.
Yep. Okay, so You're going to go ahead and crit that, but we're going to roll damage as normal because there's a couple added things in there that don't just make it a straight crit as you are flying with a wingsuit and jumping to the sounds of Elvis singing a different song.
Yeah.
You seem to be rolling a plus 1d12. Okay.
So yeah, it's actually written in wrong. I don't know why. Let me re-roll that. I had a space between it rolled a 1d and then 12, so the formula was off. So it should be this
9. Cool.
9.
Okay, so yes, again you hit Lenny or Lou or whoever this happens to be for 9 damage, and as you come around the fire and shoot, you see Lenny get hit again, and this time he pulls out the 22 pistol that he had been carrying, and he is going to return fire to Gumble, as that's going to be a hit. For 9 damage as Gumble is hit by the 22, taking him in his most vital of spots, his glasses.
Correct.
How's Gumble doing? That's a pretty mighty blow that was
One
just
full
dealt
health.
him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What
so
health?
As
Oh.
is it 4? So as
Not so.
Gumble gets shot basically in the head, luckily it's not, the head's not vital, the glasses are.
It's not vital, yeah.
What is everyone else doing as we see that you have pulled this out, but there are cultists everywhere as they are swarming the tiki, looking to sort of ignore Jane and Ruby as they're trying to put it back into the fire.
I guess stabbing some cultists? Or what do you think? This would be a decision they would make together.
I'm feeling like we can't let them put it just back.
No.
No.
Okay, is it gotta be this fire? Like, if we drag this fucking thing into the lava, would that...
You can roll. I tell you what, Ruby, I will allow you to roll an occult roll if you would like to see if maybe you
Okay.
can figure it out.
No, I cannot.
Not sure.
Could I make that a
Jane,
cult
what do
roll?
you think?
Game.
It's a waiting.
What's that?
Could I make that a cult roll?
Sure. That one.
Fuck off.
I saw you had one. Yeah, so yeah, you can't figure it out. It's just the heat of battle, Jane. It's just you're not sure. You're not sure if it needs to be how to destroy this thing, but they are descending upon you. As I will go to Elvis. Elvis, you have done your duty. You have done your kingly duty, and you have bought your friend's
now
time.
I can just sit back and die.
Right. Is there anything you want to do to prevent that last part?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. So you're just going to wait for your friends to do whatever they're going to do.
Good answer. Correct
Yep.
answer.
Correct.
We will go back up to the top of the order as we ask Gumble. Gumble, you are wounded. Your freedom is still coursing through your heart. You see your former friend, now Dick Root-clad, V-necked nemesis in front of you, Lenny Sparks, Lou Stubbs, whoever it may be. You are trading shots with this communist. What will you do?
I think back to the time that Reuben looked favorably upon Lenny, and I use that spark of hatred inside my very soul, and instead of shooting my pistol, the Patriot, I look down at the gun with red, white, and blue, and for a moment a face appears on it to Gumble, and it speaks to him. Well, Gumble, you gotta do America proud. You gotta take them down the old-fashioned way. Dad, is that you? It's me, old Sam, all right. I know what I have to do, Dad. I just don't know if I can do it. You've got it inside you, boy. Inside your heart somewhere. You're right, Dad. And I take off my glasses, and my red, white, and blue
First time
eyes open as I look upon Lenny. And the force of America shines out of my eyeballs like lasers. And that's what I do.
You laser eyes him?
I laser eyeball Lenny. It's my plan. This is the plan.
Oh my god.
Okay, you've got 2 crits left. And you have a nat 1 as well. So here's what's going to happen. I am going to take those crits for you to attempt to do this. But as a benevolent keeper, I'm also going to remove the nat 1 to apply this complication to the scenario.
I like it.
As you laser beam with the thoughts of your father Sam in your head, you have to get close enough to grapple Lenny.
Right.
And so as you grapple and you are bringing democracy to the shores of communist Lenny, and as the red, white, and the blue begin to burn through his hammer and sickle, and you are poised and fighting, another rumble hits the island, and I would like you to make a dex check.
Yeah, you guys will notice that I've never removed my glasses at any other point. Definitely my eyes are being cut out, and even then. I was closing my eyes, just like fucking that guy in X-Men.
Cyclops.
Cyclops.
Fucking Cyclops. Gene! Yeah. Of course I failed. Oh.
Jane.
No. I spent 22 luck to succeed. Because fuck this game.
No, you are not allowed. It was a roll. It was a roll. And so as you all watch Jane, Ruben, and Elvis, you see Gumble, the absolute Mount Rushmore of American freedom, battling Blue Stubbs Lenny, this communist dictator that wants to bring eldritch horrors to all the world. And as the rumble hits, they both pitch into the 200, 300-foot column of fire. And fireworks go off at the appropriate height from the column as Myth, I'm going to need that eagle cry, is heard above the island.
I can't do it.
Okay. Well, we got it.
I can do it any other time.
Right. You guys see your friend, Agent Gumble, enveloped in flames.
Perfect.
Well,
what we wanted.
shit.
Good night, America.
What? Shit. Shit.
Now that is burning love.
I don't. Elvis, you're not helpful.
Burning love.
I have no clue. Like, Ruby has no clue what to do.
I'm gonna write that down.
So the Tiki statue is outside the fire. The cultists are trying to get it back in there. We just saw
Correct.
Gumble and Lenny Lou, whatever the fuck, go into the fire.
Lenny Lou, yeah.
Yep. Communist Lenny. Wait, hold on. There's this nice little thing on the map that says acidic ocean.
Yeah, that's whenever
And
when lava hits
Well,
salt water, it creates
yeah.
hydrochloric acid.
Yes. Shall we dump it in the ocean?
Well, my thinking was to just try to tip this thing over. Much harder.
I thought
to get
we
it back
sort of
up.
already did that by dragging it. Like, I thought it was
You
sort of
might
on
be
the side.
able to start it. You might be able to start it rolling. And here's what I'm gonna. Here's the. You guys don't have anything else. Well, you got a crit.
Nothing
Kenny, you
left
got
to
one
take
crit
from me.
left. I will take all of your luck. Any luck you have left, you must spend.
perfect.
Sienna, I want the crit, but I'm also going to take the nat 1 and use it against you as well, which means I am going to negate that, and I need all of Jane's luck. If you guys want to start this thing rolling towards the acidic ocean.
Yes. I mean, it's a yes,
Jane.
right?
Jane's only thoughts are that if Iris is still alive, and she's got to do whatever she can to save Iris. So, yep. Gonna do it, Greg.
Yeah, that's it. That's the. How do I edit this, actually? Oh, it's like that.
This is
Okay,
why Elvis
nope, it's not
died.
like that.
Because he spent all his luck and then died on the crapper. Now we know.
I don't know how to like take away the luck, but
Oh, you just
on here.
tap on it once and then just input 0.
Oh, okay.
Or,
well, there we
or
go.
If I ask you to roll luck, I'll say you get an automatic 0. So
Cool,
or
then that's what
100.
we'll do. Yeah, we're gonna start this rolling and hopefully mow down a few cultists while it goes down the hill.
Sure.
Right.
Okay, so you guys are able to get it rolling, and it's sort of this thing where you guys are getting, since you're spending all your luck, you guys pull it down, and it's kind of a longer than it obviously is wide. It's circular to the point where once you get it kind of flipping, it starts to roll easier down this hill, down the lava fields. Elvis, you see this huge tiki statue kind of bouncing towards you with Jane and Ruby pushing it from behind. And as it gets
Like
closer,
that
Elvis,
cheese
you
roll.
it's like a big cheese roll. Elvis, when it gets closer, you can join in if you'd like, or you can get out of the way.
I'm gonna get out of the way and then I'll join it. I mean, they probably don't need they don't need my help. It's gravity at this point. I'm gonna get out of the way.
Okay, so Elvis steps out of the way as the two of you are pushing, and
fail my luck
just as
roll.
you get as you get to the edge and you push it off into the acidic ocean, another rumble hits, and I'd like you all to make dex checks for me, please.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Ha!
Ah,
Look at
ah,
that.
Dexterous motherfuckers, we can chase that cheese
I
down
rolled
that hill.
something. Failed.
Yep. So luckily, Elvis was not close enough to the acidic ocean because he did not help. He falls over about 30 feet behind you, but just the last minute, Jane, you and Ruby pull up, and as you pull up, the stereotypical few pebbles that kind of go over instead of you all as your toes go over the edge into the ocean, and as soon as the tiki hits the water, you hear a roar from behind you as a huge scaled leg pops from the fire against the ground, and you see a creature 300 feet tall emerge from the column of fire. Its ritual of summoning halted before it could reach its full potential, but it has still entered our world, and it is still 300 feet tall. And as
Sang
this
for all that
creature
time.
reaches, as this creature emerges, all of the cultists scream in unison, and all of you black out. When we cut to Jane, Ruby, Elvis, and Gumble, you awake in a room with a cement floor, metal walls, and a flickering red bulbed light. You are surrounded by the following: arms, eyes, the bodies gnawed and destroyed of Trixie and Lexi biscuits, the absolutely gored and gutted body of Joey DeVivre, the body of Pabst, the blue ribbon dog. And you all wake up and look around, covered in dried and brittle ichor and the crust of lives spent above and on you. You can all make sanity checks for me.
That's a fail.
Anybody that fails takes 5 sanity, as everyone that witnessed the death of everybody that witnessed the death of Gumble sees Gumble pull himself up, and you all are dressed in just undergarments, whether it be boxers or briefs or just underwear, except for Gumble, who also a silk bathrobe, except for Gumble, who also has his telltale sunglasses on. But you guys are in here. It is a cement floor covered in body parts and people that you have met, and a red bulb. There is one door.
Yeah, I quickly put on my glasses to stop destroying anyone. Wait a minute. Wait. Dad?
Yeah. No.
I'm pretty sure I just defeated communism in one fell swoop.
Well, you killed Lenny's fine ass, but yeah, something like that. Jane, did you see a lizard?
James is out of focus right now because she just went indefinitely insane again, and it's down to 15 sanity.
Perfect.
Yeah, I've got an indefinite insanity as well. I figure that's just being me.
Ruby's doing okay, actually.
Yeah, I'm right.
Ruby's gonna be like, Jane, focus on me. On me. Jane, lizard.
Yeah, there was a...
Very big.
Yeah.
Makes scientific sense because, as you know, lizards giant on islands, mammals don't. So it's nothing to lose your head over.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. She's trying very hard not to look at the bodies.
Pretty sure
Also,
I died.
really quick question. Do we have our eyeballs? Are these just like... I mean, there obviously are eyeballs, but do we also have eyeballs in our heads?
You are all currently have all of your limbs and all of your eyes. You look as you did when you woke up in Hawaii. Some of you have different colored eyes. Some of your arms making whirring sounds when you move them. But you can roll me a spot hidden if you'd like more information.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's a success. Regular.
Yeah, they're your arms and your eyes.
Oh, shit. I
By the
really,
way,
I want to poke it. Ruby's gonna poke her own arm. She just wants to poke it. Just double check, make sure it's all.
You don't feel anything.
Don't feel
Other
anything.
than with the finger that you're touching,
Poking.
you feel
Yeah.
the arm that's separated, you don't feel yourself poking yourself or anything.
Okay, that checks out. And you said there's a bulb in the center of the room?
Yeah, there's like a caged
Like a light bulb?
red light bulb, yeah. The indefinite insanity that both Gumble and Jane get is the following. You know where you are. You're in NORAD.
Wait a minute. We're in Washington, Virginia.
No.
In NORAD.
It's NORAD. Why?
NORAD, Washington,
No.
Virginia.
I mean,
No,
they always
Gumble,
say
NORAD's in Colorado. We're not in NORAD. Why would we be in NORAD?
Virginia,
Hey, but
DC,
it-
Washington, NORAD, it's all the same. Don't you see? Now we're back here because maybe we never left. Because maybe NORAD
is an anagram for communism.
Oh, Gumble Sweetie, there's not enough letters. That's not how an anagram works. Also, why would we be in NORAD?
I don't know about analograms, but I'm pretty sure it could be. This is definitely NORAD. I've been down here. I feel like I recognize this place. I've lived in these walls. I've smelled these carpets. I've kissed these stones before.
Okay,
Seen this room,
that's the
I've
thing I
walked this
didn't
floor.
need to know.
I mean, if you don't
I have no memory
if you don't
of this
know,
place.
I'm pretty sure I agree with Gumbo. It's not bad, but we can go to the door and keep going.
Air
And
smells
we get,
much fouler down here.
not in this room. Yeah.
I don't. Why would we? Why would NORAD have pieces of our body? Actually, you know what? Logicking this suddenly doesn't make sense. Nothing's been logical in a really long time. But they're on our side. Why would they just? We work for them. This isn't like This is the weirdest keeping of government files I've ever seen. If this is NORAD.
Now that I think about it, I never did question who they were. So, I really just took the job. They said it was like the FBI. So, I'll admit also, the FBI didn't really want me there much longer anymore. I killed a lot of civilians in Nam. It wasn't even a war. So,
Okay.
NORAD was kind of my only out.
They told me they'd pay my student loans off. Ruby wants to pick up the arm that's on the ground, and she wants to use it to poke the light bulb in the cage.
Insurance.
Gave me
High life insurance, I think.
high life insurance.
Seemed like
Okay,
a
you
good
want to
deal.
use your desiccated arm to touch the bulb.
Yeah, she's gonna poke things with
You're able
it.
to. Yeah, you're able to do so. No problem.
And she's gonna. All right, Jane. If we're in NORAD, let's open this door. Walk on out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go through it.
And
And
if
Iris.
we're in NORAD, Iris will be here. Just walking out, she'll be right there.
yes, she'd be here. And Jane's gonna go to the door.
It's unlocked.
And Jane's gonna go through.
When you go out, you're greeted with the cement and deep stone hallways of the wide hallways of NORAD that are big enough to, you could drive a truck through it. There are several almost golf cart sized flatbeds that were used to kind of drive things around through NORAD, loading in and out equipment into some of the deeper areas of the facility. However, as soon as you guys go out, you realize that the red light that you had in your room is repeated out here, and it is beside normal white or yellow or off-white lighting, and you realize that this must be some type of emergency system that has come online and flooded the area with this very almost sinister red glow. You do see that in this space, boxes are everywhere. At a glance, they appear to be old ration boxes, as you see that several of these are also have like Mylar pouches beside them that indicate freeze-dried foodstuffs like meals ready to eat and things of that nature. And it seems that this entire area at one point had been some type of long-term food storage facility, but you don't see any crates that are open anymore or filled. They all seem to have been emptied, and these kind of like Mylar packets are everywhere.
Before Ruby leaves, she's gonna reach down and scoop up the eyeballs that were hers and stick them in her pocket.
You have your
Have I been here
eyeballs in your
before?
pocket. Elvis, you have not.
Okay, great. Yeah, so Elvis is
You have just-
kind of stunned looking around.
Jane is
So would
keeping
Ruby-
going forward if she can.
Jane, I'm
Would
sorry.
Ruby
what was
know
that?
this is NORAD?
Yeah, Ruby would now that she's been made aware of it. Jane, what did you say?
Oh, she's just going to keep going forward. She's trying to find Iris.
Okay. So you guys see Jane kind of disappear. There's like 3 exits from this room, but 2 of them seem blocked off by these abandoned crates as if they're piled up. And there is a measure of grime on the floor here that indicates that the way that Jane is going seems to be the only path that's been used for quite some time. And as Jane disappears into the next room, what's everybody else doing?
I think I know what's happening. I'm going to slowly follow, I guess, because I don't know what's going on, and Jane seems to
I'm
know.
going to.
Like, she's walking with some sort of confidence.
Yeah, Ruby's gonna take the arm and stick her eyeballs in her pocket, which I guess is her bra, since bras are a pocket. Trust me, you put anything in there. And she's gonna grab Gumball gently by the wrist and say, "Come on, let's go. We've got to help find Iris."
All right, Ivan, got it. Roger that. Move out. Hoorah.
Come on.
Jane, as you are the first person into the next room, you see that there is a large, what would be modern in your time, but a large archaic computer. It seems to be just basically the control panel for a computer that is in the next room. However, even without a roll, you're able to look and see that there has been a ton of modifications made as heavy gauge wiring is running from this room into the other room. Also, that layer of dust and grime continues into here as if you can see a dull green flash on one of the very small monitors in this room, indicating that it too, whatever this computer is, has power, but it must be running off of the same emergency cells or batteries that the red lights are running off of. And as you walk in, you see that there is a cot over to the side that has a sleeping bag on it. There is a continuation of these Mylar packets. There is a drum of what looks to hold a little bit of water in it. Not much, though, as either evaporation or consumption has depleted it. And laying up against this console with the green flashing light is a skeletal body, very dead, of an old man with long, kind of balding on the top, gray hair that reaches almost to his waist, and he's got a beard that's scraggly and patchy, as if in life he wasn't able to grow one, but from neglect or torture or abuse, it grew anyway. And with this skeletal frame, the figure is wearing a plain white shirt that's stained with the elements of dirt and the inability to truly clean oneself. And pinned to the front, almost like a child traveling alone, is a letter. And at the very top, in almost 2-inch tall written letters, it says Jane.
I'm grabbing that.
Okay, everybody else comes in.
It is.
Jane,
as
you know
you
this
put-
It's
man?
Ivan.
No, it's not Ivan.
As you pull the letter up. Yeah, are you gonna read it, Jane? Are you gonna?
Yep.
It says, "Sorry, guess I didn't make it. It looks like we screwed up. Richland has a scientist somewhere in it that could help defeat the Hawaiian creature before it hit the mainland, and Colma housed several technicians that worked in a secret long-range recon station. They could have warned the US, giving our government enough time to notify the Soviets. When the creature hit San Francisco, the US launched a nuke to kill it, but the Soviets saw it as an attack and retaliated, resulting in a nuclear war. On the good point, or the good news, I made a catcher, for lack of a better term. Given enough time, I could collect your souls and return them to your bodies. It took me a while to find those. Wasn't sure how long it would take, but since I was using radioactive decay to track your soul particles, I'm guessing around 50 years, give or take a few months. If I'm dead, you all need to turn on the device in the other room. It has a big red, white, and blue button for Gumble. That should produce a tachyon field that sends you all back to a point during our adventure. You won't remember anything, but maybe you all get it right this time. Who knows, it can't hurt. Well, guess I'll go be dead now. Your friend, Marty. P.S. I love you, Jane.
Your husband.
Nope, not her. Nope. Not her husband.
Knew it.
Not her husband.
Oh. Your boyfriend.
No, not that either. Definitely not that.
Your girlfriend.
They didn't say a word.
Actually, you pretty close this time, sweetie. You did good.
Thank you. So, what I'm getting from this is a couple of things. A, we did things pretty damn good, because we're here and we're all alive. B, we didn't use enough semen. And probably next time around, we should do this all again. This time, with Gumble's plans.
Well, I don't think we're not gonna remember any of this, are we?
I don't remember much anyway, so I don't know. It's tough to say what I'll remember and what I won't remember. Like, I can't remember how many people I killed. There's a guy called Greg. Pretty sure I killed him. Then I killed Lou, I think. Maybe. And then Lou was there again. Then I killed my dad. No, wait. It's all hard. Very confusing. So, is America saved?
No, it's not.
We have another chance.
We
Come back.
Okay.
Everyone again.
Did he say to press this thing? As he gestures to the thing that he said to press?
Yeah.
He said it was American, and that I would like it. So, I could press it.
It'll take us back somewhere.
Talc onion field.
It'll take us back somewhere. And we can save. We can save Marty, and we can save Iris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Save everyone.
I'll be honest, though. I've done this once, and it was kind of frustrating the first time. You guys have got really bad ideas and don't listen to my genius plans. So this time around, if I'm going back, we're gonna do things the Gumble way. Understood?
I don't know if we're going to remember this whole conversation of going to this.
Sure.
I will remember.
Yeah, Gumbo,
Everything.
honey. Depending on how far back we go, I may not like you that much.
What do you mean?
We'll just find out. We'll just work it out. It'll be fine. We'll follow your plans. We'll do it. We'll follow your plan. We'll go
My
back.
plans are excellent, yes. Tactically,
Excellent plan.
brilliant, emotionally magnificent, and ecumenically unclear. So let's go, I say.
Yeah, let's. Jane, look at me.
Okay. Yeah.
Jane.
Yeah.
Focus. We're gonna go see Iris, right? Doesn't matter what time it is, you always loved Iris.
Always.
She
Have to save her. Have to
Always.
save everyone.
always
Yeah.
loved her. She always loved you back. So we're gonna go get Iris, and as a big benefit, maybe we'll stop a nuclear war. But I think this
We'll save
is
everyone.
it.
Yeah.
Wait. And
See.
Jane's gonna find a piece of paper and a pen if she can.
I always
Absolutely.
did forget about Babs. I'm a very irresponsible pet owner. Go
You
ahead,
are.
Jane, write
You
your
are.
letter.
Jaina's going to write as much as she can remember of the main points of what she learned. And to kind of, put everything down.
Okay.
And then once
You
she's
take about
finished,
an hour, and you write down from what you can remember of the information that kind of you just got together on the Memphis Flyer. You kind of had your revelation, and you kind of go over those points as you can best remember them, write them down, and kind of
Can
cram
Ruby help
them
her?
in.
Like,
Yeah, you can all sit there and try to put together what it is. That you can all go over the stuff, all over your notes. There is a button on the kind of archaic keyboard that has been painted red, white, and blue.
y'all ready?
Jane-
There's the button that he mentioned.
she finishes
I'm
and
ready.
she folds it up and puts it inside her chest.
In her pocket.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be okay. One good thing is apparently we've died a couple times. I don't remember it hurting.
We're going to save everyone. We're going to go back. We're going to save everyone. We're going to save Marty. We're going to save the world. We're going to save
Actually,
Iris.
I remember
Save Marty,
opening my
save the
laser eyes for the first time, and that was actually really painful because I haven't seen true sunlight in several years.
Well, solution there. Keep the glasses on. And
What if I need to laser eye someone using my ultimate power?
Hopefully, we won't get that far.
Of laser eyes.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's do it again. And this time, let's do it my way. So, my friends, are you ready to gumble?
Yes.
I guess we are.
That's the wrong answer. You know why? Because I don't ask questions.
That's right.
Don't
you don't.
ask.
Ruby's gonna lean up and kiss him, and then she's gonna
Do
put her
not.
hand on his hand and hit the button.
As the button is depressed, there's an awkward moment where nothing happens as the whirl of the ancient computer fires back up. And the next thing you all know is there is some boogie woogie on the radio. The wind is going through your hair as you are in a 1955 Cadillac. Gumble's behind the wheel, and Paps, the blue ribbon dog, is sitting beside him as Ruben sits in the ever-present shotgun seat, while in the back, Marty Reiner, Jane, and Lenny Sparks Williams are discussing what's going to happen when they get to Richland, Washington. And as Jane is sitting there, shaking off the effects of a very dark daydream, she reaches into her pocket, and while it's not the notes that identify everything, it is that page she grabbed at the last second from the Memphis Flyer. And it points to the direction of the Richland Music Society and a bug inside a man's brain. And the cycle starts again. And that, my friends, is where we will end Atomic Cthulhu.
Woo! We'll see.
Shit.
Oh boy!
So good.
So good. So good. Well, fuck. Oh. Woo.
My gosh. Is that what we're doing next season
golly.
too?
Gosh. Hey? That's what's happening next season. We just do it again on loop and just wait until to see if anyone notices. Yeah. Wow. That, my friends. Ooh, I can finally tell he's off after fucking 16 weeks. Of not being able to fucking see my monitor at all. What you guys do. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Call of Cthulhu, Atomic Cthulhu, and of course, that's where we're going to end the whole season, my friends, because this is finale week and this is the end of our Atomic Cthulhu story. It's been a journey, my friends. It's been a real adventure. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed it as much as we have. I know it's been it's been a big one. You guys have really came out in force for Atomic Cthulhu. It's probably one of the most popular shows from this season on Encounter Roleplay, and I always see great comments on the YouTube channels as well with people reliving through some of our best and worst moments. It really has been a pleasure. Normally we end here today. Normally this is where we finish, but actually in just like 20 minutes time, we've got a premiere of City of Mist. Myself, Myth's going to be here, Miss Magitek, Metamancer, Pruitt, other people. Mad Morph's going to be here as well. It's going to be great fun. So stick around for the premiere coming up in just a little while. But my friends, this has been a great episode, but also a great whole season. What did you guys think of the show? Let's go around. Greg, start with you, my friend. Well played, Greg. Well played. You put up with a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I had a blast. I love playing with you guys. I love just. I always say this. I have the best seat in the house for Encounter roleplay shows when I do them on Mondays with the frat pack and with this group. It's fun. It's enjoyable. We always. I get broken up more in this show, this 3-hour block, than I do at any other point during the week. So this is my. I can't go to my shrink anymore. I don't have time. This is my my therapy session, so I can just sit back and laugh and enjoy myself. Chat, you have been phenomenal this season. You guys have been absolutely great. The comments have been fantastic to mirror what Will said. You know, we see those, and it's very nice of you all to say the things that you do and that you're enjoying this too and laughing along with us. And if there has ever been a character on Encounter Roleplay that people have flocked to, like Aging Gumball, I'm not sure I know of that character in such a short period of time. It's like episode 1, people are like, fucking Gumball, man. And it's like, it's been since then, you know, it's just. So I really think that we need to make Kian a shirt that has the sunglasses that says, do not ask, don't ask, do not ask. We really need that. This has been a blast. I've loved playing it. I love playing Atomic Cthulhu. Great cast. Like I said, you can call up Myth on a Monday afternoon and be like, hey man, you want to be Elvis? And you got a guy that's going to immediately say, fuck yes, I'm going to be Elvis. I'm preparing songs. And I'm like, it's the best. I love playing with all of you so much. Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters. Join me there, join me here. But if I have to plug one thing, I'm going to plug this Wednesday afternoon. Because if you like Atomic Cthulhu, we're going to do a little Doors to Darkness season finale Cthulhu of a show and a story that has been running for damn near 18 months. So please show up. Chat, we love you. We'd love to see you as we end a big one, and I cannot wait. But until then, everybody, stay atomic.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Greg. Truly, Greg has been the unsung hero of this season of Atomic Cthulhu, putting up with all of our shit and creating a game in which he just steps back and lets us get up to our shenanigans, which is a real talent. So definitely go and check out Greg there on Twitch and send him our love. Great stuff, Myth. Holy shit, man. Those performances just from out of nowhere.
Thank you. I was nervous as fuck, but it was really a lot of fun.
Make you sing every stream. We're gonna make it happen every stream we're in now. New goal.
How exciting! You have to play Elvis this time. No, this time you are Frank Sinatra this season. Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the characters. I really love that Marty did show up at the end. That was really awesome and a great way to play him out. Just super, super cool stuff. Really amazing stuff, Greg. I'm just going to keep saying stuff and other adjectives for good. And thank you everybody for playing along. It was just such a blast and honor to play with you during this time. And thank you, chat, for being so great and so supportive while we play this. And so thank you. I'm Mythematic. I'm a roleplay streamer and voice actor here on Twitch. Sometimes I sing. You can find me over at twitter.com/Mythematic. You can also follow me on Twitch as well, where I stream a bunch of RPGs and such. I may be doing a D&D game here in the next couple months, so stay in touch and be ready.
Absolutely. And whilst just while I think about it, in a minute here we can make the announcement for what show we're going to be doing next season, because Greg is involved in that, and we can talk a little bit about what's happening in this time slot in a little bit. But But Myth, it's been an honor and a pleasure as always, my friend. It's been great to have you back, and I'm gonna miss Elvis and Marty, because I think Marty was my favorite. Honestly, I was sad to see him go, but it's such a perfect ending for him. He was just like Greg did him perfect justice there at the end. Of course, he fucking stayed behind. I loved it. Kiana, same questions.
Oh, that was fantastic. It's just this group has been so much fun to play with, and you guys have been super welcoming as I kind of just joined in this season with the shenanigans that is this time slot. And I really, really loved it. I loved all the characters. God damn, they're so much fun. Thank you everyone for putting up with the melodrama of my own making. Hey, Jane died. I guess I'll just bring in her girlfriend. So, thanks for playing along with that, because it was super fun to do. Yeah, I'm gonna miss this. It was a fantastic ending. Time fuckery is the best kind of fuckery when it comes to this. So, you know what? I'm happy that they'll get another chance, and maybe things will turn out right. But who knows? But yeah, this is actually my last show that I'll be doing on Accountable Pay for a while. I am focusing on thesis and all the other things I'm doing. So thank you again, chat, for having me. A fantastic full year of being a full-time cast member here. You've been lovely and wonderful and supportive. So thank you again. But yeah, until next time, actually I'll be here for the 48-hour stream, which is running some Honey Heist. So I'm not completely gone yet. That'll be my final thing. But you guys can find me over on Twitter at Kiana S. It's the best way to figure out what I'm doing, because I am all over the internet playing all sorts of role-playing games. With fantastic people that I've met through this community. So I am super excited to be doing some more independent stuff, more indie games, and I'll be hanging out in chat as always over the next season of Encounter Roleplay. But until next time, everyone, thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Kiana. Get some love and chat there for Kiana. And Jules, what a ride it's been.
Oh, God, yeah, this was so much fun. Honestly, I'm not going to be playing in Cthulhu for a little while, so this is, kind of heartbreaking. Cthulhu's so much fun. I never thought I'd like a horror game. This has, honestly been one of the best times ever. But yeah, guys, this is so awesome. I'm going to now go on a long-term campaign to make Myth sing in every game he plays in. It doesn't have to be every time he plays. And I'm seeing this Rat Pack Cthulhu. I'd play that. I'd play that. I will.
I'd do that.
I'd play that. Just long. I've got French on Monday nights now, so I won't be playing on Mondays. But maybe I've got the Twitch app on my phone. I'll see you guys in the chat. Don't tell my professor.
Great stuff. Thank you, Jules. It's been awesome, and we're seeing Jules in other shows in the next season. So there's things happening. Don't worry. Despite the fact that this group is having a couple of changes, but there's no cast announcements officially yet. That's, I think, next week is cast announcements. But Greg, we can talk about what show we're going to be doing here next season, starting in 3 weeks time. 3 weeks time, the first week of September. Going to talk a little bit about what you're going to be running.
Yes, I will be stepping back away from the keeper role of Cthulhu into the old boots that I've worn so long as the dungeon master of the Dragon Heist, as we are going to dive into the new module from Wizards of the Coast, and we are going to the City of Splendors. We are going into its underbelly, and we are going to figure out exactly what's required of us to discover, obtain, and exploit the Dragon Heist.
Look, yeah. So in 3 weeks' time, first week of September is when the new season of Encounter Roleplay airs. We have this week is finale week. We take 2 weeks off for a holiday, for a break for myself. And then we have a 48-hour stream that we're going back into on September 1st to 3rd. And then on the 3rd, pretty much a couple of hours after the 48-hour stream finishes, Greg is going to be taking the DM seat for Dragon Heist Waterdeep in the first session of that. So stay tuned for that. There's more cast announcements and trailers coming out over the next few weeks on the Encounter Roleplay Twitter, along with all the announcements for the rest of the shows as well. But Atomic Cthulhu has been a pleasure, and I know one of my friends. It's been great sharing the story with you guys and sharing this experience with you guys in chat who just continue to love and devour Call of Cthulhu content that we bring in. So we're going to dive into our next game, City of Mist. The premiere of Knights of Paintown is coming in just a few minutes' time here. And until next time, for the last time for the Atomic Cthulhu crew, try not to draw too many net ones, because we want to be there laughing when you do, my friends. Good night.